Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cinema Savvy. It is myself, George, joined once more by Tayte for our annual Oscars watch along. The time of year where we will be watching the ceremony on TV. We'll be turning our head awkwardly for the foreseeable 3 hours, whilst reacting, discussing, predicting, reacting to incidents, all these kinds of things, as it is the annual Oscars, starting in less than a minute. Tayte, how are we doing today?
Doing okay, actually. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here in Austria, and do you know what? I'm actually quite awake. Very unusual. I'm glad we don't have the whole scenario with the clocks changing like we did last year.
Yeah, last year was carnage. We both, they pulled the ceremony back an hour, which was new, wasn't it? Because they'd never done it before.
Yeah.
Like, he was always 1 a.m. And then we had the clocks here. And because it was the US hours reporting times, we never really got it. So 11 p.m. it started. And I think I just finished Anatomy of a Fall. Sorry, I'm looking to the side because I can see the ceremony has now started.
Yes,
We're a little
and
bit
it
late in our
started
intro.
with Dorothy clicking her boots.
I'm sure I just saw Fast and Furious, but I could be wrong. I'll be talking about The Rock a little bit later. But people watching at home, if you want to get involved with us today, if you want to talk about this ceremony, obviously we're doing a watch along. We're in different rooms compared to normal. I am in a dining room surrounded by 2 cats, which may be jumping around. Doesn't normally happen. But we'll be commenting along. So if you're watching live, you can comment with us, give us your thoughts on the awards, the ceremony, Conan's hosting, which we're looking forward to. Hopefully no controversies as such, but we'll be going through all of that sort of stuff. And if you want to find out about the videos, what else we're doing, what else we're working on, you can go get us on our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, all of them. Linktree.com/cinemasavvy will take you there. Oscar season is obviously a big thing of what we do here on the channel. I know we're talking over the stuff at the moment, but it is something you do every year. And tonight does round out our Oscar season coverage. We've got predictions from our video from the other day. We'll be bringing them up on the screen. I've just clocked it's an LA tribute given all the fires that happened, which is very understandable.
I was going to say they've had like at least 5 shots from La La Land already.
And I believe they're now singing. I've got Ariana Grande singing Over the Rainbow, which is good because we knew they were opening with a wicked thing. So we're not going to give like a running commentary on everything. There'll be moments where we do listen where the stream does go quiet, and that will be on us.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they're opening with this rather than a song from Wicked, because the whole we're not singing anything nominated for Best Song this year yet. It would have been weird if they started singing songs that weren't nominated, but this makes a little bit more sense. But
one thing to note from this year with our live stream, as always, there's always some kind of delay between us due to the different countries that we're in when we do it. I'm about 10 seconds behind George. We think it's about 10
which
seconds.
Is the closest. We think it's like the closest it's ever been.
Possibly.
There's been years where it's like a minute.
It was like half a minute of something stupid. Like, it was ridiculous. So this is good that we're not too far away from each other.
I'm not unused to it because, I mean, like yesterday there's a big wrestling event on. I had multiple group chats of texting people, but I had one friend watching on a stream, me on Netflix, and you're sat there like, okay, you need to text me when you get to the moment, and the moment you'll know when you get to the moment.
Whereas, I don't watch wrestling, but I've heard of and seen the moment from that.
I thought it could be the Oscars today, you know?
Yeah.
I thought if the pair of them go to the Oscars today, that's like a photo of them means nothing to film people, but would actually blow wrestling apart further. But John Cena's in Africa finishing film. He literally flew to Canada from Hungary yesterday morning, did a pay-per-view, dropped a mic in a press conference, and flown to Africa.
Brilliant.
It's ridiculous.
Well, given his appearance last year at the Oscars, which was possibly the funniest Oscars moment from last year.
Because this is what we were clocking like. They're both members of the Academy. Like, obviously, The Rock, the classic La La Land moment, The Rock's like in the crowd fuming because he thinks it's a joke. Cena's obviously part of it. And now they're literally teamed up. But I wonder if The Rock's there. I mean, I can see if he's flown from Canada to LA. He's probably... Is Moana still filming?
I think so.
Like, because he'll just pop up as and when he needs to. Sorry, Cynthia Reva's just come out now.
Yeah, she's walking out for me.
I mean, I should have probably rewatched The Wizard of Oz after Wicked came out part 1 because I haven't seen it. You know, actually, I think I saw it a year or two before. Although Charlie, friend of the channel, just texted me saying that they think this is a new song from Wicked Part 2. I'll let you tell me that because I've not seen the musical.
I need to actually listen to it. I was going to say, my opinions on Wicked Part 2, or at least the musical, is it's nowhere near as good as Wicked Part 1. I don't want to say I was falling asleep, but it definitely wasn't as good as Part 1. The songs are a lot less recognizable as well.
I mean, I hate doing the whole let's predict next year when the night hasn't finished. And I know that there'll be a company that does it tomorrow. But Wicked Part 2 is a
pushing
film
for next year, I was going to say, isn't he? For Best Actor, that's one of the things.
I mean, yeah, he won the SAG last week. He did a really interesting speech.
Yeah,
I mean, we're into football and sport, right? He basically came out saying, like, I want to be a great. I've looked up to greats, and it's my career aspiration to be one. I see nothing wrong with that, yet some people have criticised him. I'm literally sat there like, the kid's not doing some bullshit courteous, thank you. He's literally saying, like, I aspire to be a great actor. Thank you for recognition. I'll continue to work on my journey. And people like that, but much.
It went against the grain because he hadn't won any of the other awards during the season. It was the first kind of major one that he'd done. Everything has been kind of swept up by Adrian Brody. So, like, him finally winning something amongst that, that's going to mean something at least. Like, you know.
Well, yeah. Yeah. The real shock tonight could be Shamali winning for. He's amazing in A Complete Unknown. And I'll give it that. I don't entirely know the
watched A Complete Unknown yesterday.
Yeah, like the fact he had to, against the Rami Malek thing, right? Rami Malek's not singing, they just blend his voice into Freddie Mercury, which basically means we put Rami to 0 and Freddie to 100. Yeah. Whereas Shamali had to learn how to play the guitar. I guess is it a xylophone, the weird thing? What do they call them? That's it, harmonica. There's my music knowledge.
Yeah.
And obviously sing on top of act, which is far more impressive than I just looked like Freddie Mercury and just screamed into a microphone for him to mute me. Like, no disrespect to Rami Malek, he's a good actor, but no one that knows Rami Malek's career is really going to sit there and say, like, Freddie Mercury is his best performance as an actor. No one is.
No.
What's your thoughts on Wicked being, like, how do I say it? Wicked's obviously a film with a lot of nominations, right? And it could win some. Do you have an opinion on them singing songs from it live when no other films from the night are allowed to be performed? Is that me just being a bit of a dick?
I think this year, among all other years, the best original song category is actually very, very shit. I've listened to all of the original songs, and it's the worst selection they've had in a long time. Especially with the controversy that's been floating around Emilia Perez, which is leading with 2 nominations in the category and is really the only musical that's kind of stepping up and out. I find it absolutely fascinating that, you know, they chose not to do it this year. They'll bring it back next year because there'll be more better original songs. But, I mean, we've complained over the years about the ceremony going on for too long. We complained over the years about the host being bad or things like not going right on the night and stuff like that and various different things. I guess it just removes an element, right? It just gets one thing out of the way. Takes a bit of focus away from Emilia Perez as well.
I mean, could you imagine if they were performing it live and then all the Kalia, Sophia Gascon stuff came out? Like, it was...
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, and sorry, just the shot of Ethan Slater clapping along to Ariana Grande. I wonder if his former wife and...
Oh, have we got a first skip? We're going to get Conan.
Oh, he's doing the substance.
Sorry, my sister's cat is like on the chair, so I now can't see the screen. I can see like half a cat, half of a TV screen.
The skit is that Demi Moore is the substance. They're showing clips from the substance, but they're doing it into Conan, which, I mean, is
I was shocked when it said he'd never hosted before. I thought he'd
was shocked
hosted
as
this
well.
at least once.
Okay, watching Conan climb out of Debbie Moore is an interesting way to start this ceremony.
We're surely going to get a Paul Rudd joke, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like the oh my god, what was the trailer I put on the channel this years ago when Ant-Man was at Comic-Con for Ant-Man 3? I pretended to have a leaked copy of the trailer and I put the clip in from that film that he always does the Paul Rudd joke on. And like, no joke, half the comments were people giving me abuse. The other half were people like thought it was hilarious, actually knew the joke. So I was like, I'll take that to win and leave it up. But yeah, people that are watching at home, comment what you want to see Wednesday. So we've got a predictions list just before Conan starts talking. This is a lot of words. We've got visual images. So when each category is being presented, we will be bringing it up on the screen with the posters, with our picks, with other things. But as our tradition, we always have our predictions together. Obviously, it's just us two this year as well. I'm gonna try and listen to Conan a little bit, so bear with me. I've got the whole one headphone on, one headphone off thing.
Yep, same.
And there are two cats chasing each other, making a lot of noise.
I am excited to be here. Welcome to the 97th Academy Awards. Biggest night. It starts at 4 in the afternoon.
I keep forgetting they're behind, aren't they?
I don't understand it. It's the Oscars, and I say, let's do this thing. You ready to go?
I mean, if it does move to Netflix, which is in discussions, I hope it's a worldwide Netflix deal.
I hope so as well.
I like the stage. It feels different as well.
Simplified. We've had very weird Oscar stages over the years.
The circle thing, because in that music thing a minute ago, I thought there was an orchestra playing behind it, which I'm glad it's not. I guess it was just a screen.
Yeah.
Was it Jimmy Kimmel that hosted last year?
I think so. I can't remember having any complaints about last year, actually, with the Oscars. I think it ran pretty smoothly.
No. I thought, because Oppenheimer obviously swept everywhere,
Yeah.
I felt the ceremony was quicker, not because of Oppenheimer, but it felt like one of those years where they sort of had everything in check.
Yeah, there you go. Kimmel hosted last year. Just got the comment up there. Just throw up the screen.
Thank you for posting that. Kimmel's hosted it multiple times, that I am definitely sure of.
Yeah, he has. Who would you want to see host it? Like, given
I think if I look at the American side of things, right, they like the TV talk show hosts doing it.
They do.
Because they've...
So
when they get
someone like
comedian,
Trevor Noah or John Oliver to do it or something like that.
Who would be the best? Oh my God, I've forgotten his name. Who's the pig in Spider-Verse? John Mulaney. He hosted one of the Governor Awards last year and was amazing because he roasted them all in the perfect, respectable, but roasting way. And they all loved it within the industry. Whereas
we just have the suggestion here. Here we go. Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais. But this is it. Like, I think even if they offered him the Oscars, he still wouldn't do it because they know he wouldn't be allowed. Now, David Tennant's done an amazing job at BAFTA. Now he's British. It's the British Awards. He's respected obviously more here.
I would say as well, Graham Norton would be a decent host if we're looking at British people for it.
But this is it. Like, would the Academy want to go for an actor that is well respected within their ranks? Like, there's something that works about Tennant doing BAFTA because he's an actor. So if he's roasting them, he knows when the line's crossed, when it's not. And I don't.
Yeah.
You'd need like an actor with natural charisma who, respectively, isn't going to be biased or likely have a nomination that year.
I'm going to pitch something here because we got Shrek 5 coming out 2026, right? Could we get
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy to co-host it?
Oh, sorry, hold on. They've just said the K word, not KKK. Carlos Gascon.
And Carla, if you are going to tweet about the Oscars, remember, my name is Jimmy Kimmel.
He's done a good one.
Before we go any further, I want you to know we did not use AI to make this show. No AI.
Sorry, I was just quiet for Carlos Gascon joke because she has appeared. They didn't show her on the red carpet, by the way.
No.
It's quite. I mean, we didn't do a review of the Emilia Paris on the channel. Like, I was going to do it on Monday, then the Andor trailer dropped. I was going to do it on Wednesday, and then the Dumbledore news dropped. And it's kind of like, not that I believe in religion, but it was like there's a divine influence. It's basically been like, you don't have to review it anymore.
I mean, here's the thing. We're going to have to kind of ish review it because we're going to have our monthly what we've watched thing, which you would have obviously seen it this month. I've already talked about it a little bit, but we can probably go into it a bit more then.
Well, this is it. Like, they're showing the I'm Still Here lead actress, which is the one big one I've missed, which didn't get released until Friday here in the UK. It's not been put online. It's not been shown at chains in wide releases. The distribution has been awful. So, yeah. We had a comment saying, what about John Cena or Dave Bautista to host the Oscars? Bautista, no. I love Bautista, but he doesn't have the natural sort of host. Cena probably could do it. Like, he's respected, he's funny, he's polite. He's a heel now, but he'll be retired this time next year. But that's what you'd go for, right? I don't know if he's as respected as, say, like a Tennant, but you'd want someone that entire room respect because he'll be respectful of them whilst poking fun. And I think, again, because it's an American broadcast,
they need an American
Tennant
host.
Apparently, was doing. Well, it's more like playing to the American TV because they're really strict on their regulations. Like, it's fine for kids to get shot in the street, but if someone swears, God forgive, that they're in trouble. Like, it's a tricky one. If Netflix get it, that could change. I mean, but then even with BAFTA, they censored a couple of the Trump jokes. Apparently, they spoke about a few other like riskier subjects, and it was all cut from the broadcasts. Obviously, my criticism of BAFTA is it's not live for reasons such as that. I'd like to see the full ceremony so I can see every speech, not just for the sake of politics, but for the sake of it's an award ceremony. Conan is still doing his monologue. The thing of these, because we're obviously doing it live, we're not going to be silent for like 10 minutes straight. Obviously, the in memoriam section is going to be that, which we always do it, but I'll watch this properly in the morning, like when I wake up tomorrow.
So, George, what snacks have you got this year? We always go through them.
God. So I've been trying to get back on a diet, but last week's been pretty bad. I have, for the first time in a year, I've got an energy drink. I think the last time I had one of these was Oscars last year. Yeah. Oh, they're doing a James Bond joke, sorry. Do you know about what's going to be doing tonight? They're going to be doing a James Bond sequence, paying respect to Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson with a montage of songs being performed with an orchestra, right? And I sat there thinking, for the 60th anniversary, they basically did nothing at the Oscars for Bond.
Yeah.
But now that it's been sold to Amazon, it's basically got an in memoriam section. Do you know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
The other one, water, standard. And I don't know if we're going to open these. Giant Watsits are on offer. I've never had them before.
I'm kind of matching you on some of these because out here in Austria, they have Cheetos, which are like the American
in Spain.
kind of,
Yeah, we used to get them in Spain all the time. So they're making Amazon jokes, so I've sort of phased out a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, same. I've got some chocolate. These are chocolate butter cakes. They're like
chocolate leave-its.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They're the cheaper ones.
I just have to watch the cats because there's active like cats in here. I don't have chocolate this
I
year.
have
Just oh no, I've got the fingers, but it's
dried mango
I have a-
if I need some fruit. And
oh,
then
John
final
Lithgow's
thing,
there. I might have just missed a Dumbledore joke.
possibly.
I mean, what are your thoughts?
He was very good as Churchill.
Oh, I agree. I've
But-
seen those episodes of The Crown,
But
but just you're gonna go for the age thing.
I'm going to go for the age thing. I'm also going to go for the American thing. There were British actors available.
Yeah. So I don't want to speculate because his wife passed away. The day before we did our recording for our casting one, Mark Rylance was the first official. This is the person we're going for. Now, obviously, that never means anything. It just means they've sort of leaked the person they're curious by. And then obviously it came up that his wife passed away earlier this year. Not me speculating Harry Potter, obviously that's like a humongous personal thing, which will affect anyone at any given point in their life. And obviously then we've had the John Lithgow rumours and him being cast. But I do wonder if we will get more Americans. If he's like the only one, I kind of don't mind it. But it's the age in a really non-horrible way. It's like, it's so weird to say this because it's like, it's not like, he'll die, but it's like, it's a 10-year gig at the age of 79 as an actor for a role that, yes, you'll get a double.
Very, very quickly, it seems like the jokes they're making are about John Lithgow's age.
Oh, the Sandman's just appeared.
He'd be a funny host.
I don't know. I love Sander, but could you have him for 3 hours straight?
I feel like he could do awkward cringe for some of it, but also decent for the rest of it.
I'm trying to see who's up behind him 2 rows of the hat.
Who is it?
I don't know. It looks really familiar, but I just can't recognise him. I need a close-up. People do not like the Adam Sandler stuff.
When's Happy Gilmore 2 out? Is it next year? Is it?
This year. I think it's like summer. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm excited for it because it should never exist, but I hate when comedies get a sequel decades later, and I love Happy Gilmore. But that could be one that could actually be not necessarily good, but
yeah. I will say,
Happy
I'm not a massive Adam Sandler fan, but I did rewatch this month Uncut Gems, and God, he was robbed of a nomination for that.
Yeah, it's that, isn't it? Like, he had a bit of a renaissance. I know he does his Netflix films.
Yeah. I've heard he's very good in the Marriott stories.
I've seen that. I didn't enjoy it as much.
Really?
The Marriott stories was strange. Adam Driver's got like a 10-second cameo. Ben Stiller's good in it. Is Ben Stiller in Marriott Stories? Is it him and Adam Sandler? I can't remember. I remember going through loads of... Oh, God, I forgot his name. The director. Who did Marriage Story. This monologue's gone on a lot longer than they normally do. I swear down, we're going to get an advert straight away. But Marriott Stories I just didn't vibe with as much as a couple of... I forgot the director's name. It's really annoying. Let's place our bets. What time is this ceremony going to finish? It's almost 12:30, and we're on 0 awards so far.
4 in the morning for me. I'm thinking it'll be 3 in the morning for you.
I mean, I guess if you think about it, right, there's no songs to perform live.
There are
By
no
in
songs. I
memoriam.
think they're going to rattle through awards, though. I think they're going to smash through the short awards, as in like the documentary short, live action short.
Hmm. I feel like we're at the end of the intro. I guess will they still do the whole with previewing the 10 nominees things?
Are they doing what are they doing with the actors and actresses this year? The actors getting talked in, but the actresses aren't.
Wow. Do you remember last year they did the 5 and 5 where they bring out 5 previous winners to present the 5 awards? The talk of the town was they wanted to do it again because of how well respected that is. But because of Carla Sofia Gascon, they're not. So the combination was, can they bring in 5 directors?
The problem
Is
is
it a Wicked song? Oh, he's doing a song about not wasting time. It's a Wicked parody, I guess. Not that kind of
I think
Wicked
it's just a
parody
musical
that they
thing.
put on the back of toys. He's a good host, though, isn't he? Like
he is a good host, but I feel like immediate criticism. This is too long of an opening monologue.
It is. I know they didn't add anything in the song, but this felt like about 15 minutes when it's normally about 7 or 8. I guarantee you'll be getting an ad break.
This is longer, George. We're half an hour into our stream. This is longer than 15 minutes. This opening monologue so far has been going on for about 25 minutes.
Do we think that's the dancer from Deadpool? Because they hired a dancer to play him for
Could
the
be.
opening credits.
Yeah.
Obviously, next year we're getting a 24th Oscar.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting an award. Robert Downey Jr. is coming out. I'm going to assume he's presenting Best Supporting Actor, which I have a prediction for. I've got to find it now.
It's funny. They're doing the first award is one of the easiest sealed in awards of the night.
If it's Best Supporting Actor for people at home who live under a brick, we've both gone for Kieran Culkin.
I think everyone in the world's gone for Kieran Culkin.
Have you heard about the RDJ Odyssey thing? Well, there's 2 bits, I guess, about RDJ news.
No.
He got offered a role in Odyssey, but has had to decline it due to filming Avengers. They claim, as
Which
of
is
today, the
hilarious,
role he was
because-
offered, or the concept art leaked. They claim that he's going to be playing. That he would have been playing Poseidon in Odyssey. Now, I don't know how important Poseidon is to that story. I know there's a big famous whirlpool sequence, but it's a shame we can't get him.
It's the Odyssey. A fair amount of it is at sea, so which is quite funny because Tom Holland is going to be also filming Doomsday, but is already committed to it. No,
Holland's filming. Well, my personal prediction is we're not basically going to get many of the main cast in it until Secret Wars. Well, Holland is doing Odyssey, then Spider-Man, then Secret Wars. But everything is going to be filming at Pinewood. So he did some competition with his brother. Like they've got like a charity between them. And it was like Spider-Man's going to be filming in August, but Odyssey started filming this week. So my personal inkling is Doomsday is going to be a bit like... I think Doomsday is going to be a bit like Infinity War, where it's a Doctor Doom film and other people appear in it. If that makes sense.
I was going to say, because the early rumors about it are pretty much it's Fantastic Four, and then kind of,
Fantastic Four is going to kickstart Doom, which makes me think Doom's a cameo in Fantastic Four.
You assume so.
Right.
And I watched him come from sleeping in the bleachers outside.
To be fair to RJ, he's giving him what is due, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
That's going to help the speed of it go. I'm glad Jeremy Strong got nominated. Did you get to watch The Apprentice? Okay.
No.
He was the best thing in it. I'm glad Sebastian's... No pissing around, by the way. No Al Pacino and my eyes see.
He didn't even delay it. He was just like, yeah, and the Oscars, Kieran's.
I mean, I can't remember if Real Pain got a screenplay nomination. So I know it won it for BAFTA.
It did.
I would love it to win this, but I don't know if it will.
The recent odds are that it might win it, which would be hilarious because then it kind of has no excuse not to be nominated for Best Picture.
For Best Film. Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, he swan those. Brilliant. Oh, he was talking about Jeremy Strong.
Hmm.
Because without sounding morbid, I think he's had like quite an ill relative that he's only been to 2 award shows so far of the whole award season.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg. Thank you for this movie. You're a genius. I would never say that to your face. I'm never saying it again, so soak it up. Thank you for this movie. Thank you, Searchlight, Comic Studios, and Dave and Allie at Fruit Tree. I'm going to speed this up because I don't want the Joseph to get disappointed.
Oh, so every time someone takes on John Lithgow is going to stare at them in disappointment.
Mm.
You're really good people. You gave it your best shot. I love you, Mom. I want to really love you, Jazz. I have to thank my wife, Jazz, for absolutely everything for giving that to people in the world. Please don't play the music because I want to tell a really quick story about Jazz. About a year ago, I was on a stage like this, and I very stupidly, publicly said that I want a 3rd kid from her because she said if I won the award, she would give me the kid. Turns out she said I didn't think I was going to.
They're not playing him off. This is great.
Mm. Just let him talk.
He basically is. I mean, he's not Roman, but he is Roman, right?
Yeah, he is 100%.
Like, he's obviously acting in Succession and all this stuff, but like, he's so perfectly in all these roles he's in.
No pressure. I love you. I'm really sorry I did this again. And let's get cracking on those kids. What do you say?
What a legend.
Probably one of the funniest Oscar speeches in recent memory.
We're back to ITV now. We're about to get the raging lunatic who said that Kieran Culkin shouldn't have been nominated because Jesse Eisenberg was the best thing in the film. She's probably crying to herself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. I can't mute. So
before
Andrew Garfield
always got form coming out next.
I'm on UK. You've got a different company, so I don't know.
I was going to say at the moment I'm staring down Coco Goff, but yeah.
Without speculate, I mean, you get an American adverts. You'll get trailers because sometimes trailers come down there like Super Bowl. I'm glad this is the RDJ conundrum, right? I don't mind him playing Doctor Doom, dependent on what they do with it. Right, that's the big thing. The fact he's already missed out on one more nerd. The whole like, I spent a year slagging off Marvel, won an Oscar, and immediately went back to Marvel. Granted, it's £95 million he's getting, $1 million he's getting paid per film is like uncomparable. But it is that there was another rumor doing the rounds. I don't know if I believe it because you know how tight Nolan is with scripts and stories, right? That Nolan's already eyeing up RDJ for his film after Odyssey, which sounds a bit. He never ever talks about films after the. But you know how Nolan, like, you never know what he's doing till the next film. I don't believe a rumor that he already wants Robert Downey Jr. for the one after next because he never ever talks about the one after next. But it did come out this week that Nolan wanted to do. Do you know about the meeting with Barbara Broccoli?
I heard about that. Yeah.
He had a meeting after No Time to Die.
Would you be okay with Amazon and Bond and all of that situation if they gave full creative control to Nolan without Barbara Broccoli involved?
So the way it's obviously going to be is she still owns 50% with Michael G. Wilson. But Amazon controls the entirety of the creative. So the $1 billion they've both been paid to basically keep the same amount of like ownership, but obviously not having any creativity. The more people I've spoken to, the more podcasts I've listened to, the more articles and news pieces coming out. After sort of a week of detox, it's clear that the entirety is now dependent on Amazon want to become a big film studio. This is their crown jewel. If they are serious about being a film studio, they will show it with Bond. If they don't show it with Bond, they won't be taken seriously as a studio and lead to Bond's demise.
They've got two massive franchises, dare I say. They've got this and Lord of the Rings. I mean,
they've not got any film rights. They've got no film rights. This is what I'm saying. They've got no film division until now. So if they want to become a film studio, they've been given a gift. So the Barbara Broccoli issues have been Danny Boyle wanted creative differences. He goes, and I've always liked that about Bond that it's been could be Broccoli's, then go out Barbara's and Michael G. Wilson's. Like it's them or the highway. To get rid of them, not rid of them as such, but for them to have no creative control, there might be in a whole abundance of filmmakers who, might now be desperate to do Bond, who have had talks before, but it couldn't work. So if they basically, I'm trying to go, obviously I want Nolan to do Bond, everyone does. If he's ever going to do it, it's now, because they've given full creative control. But are Amazon going to allow it to wait for things to start after Odyssey? So you'd be looking at then 2029. I don't think they'd wait now. I think we've unfortunately missed a window. The same comments as per RIP Bond. But it's tricky. It's tricky.
They're doing their first introduction now to the Best Picture nominee with a complete unknown.
Have you heard the rumor that Andrew Garfield is dating Monica Barbaro from a complete unknown?
I did not hear that rumor.
I think they're doing Best Animated Short.
I can feel that smile up this way. I have more to say. You've given us movies full of joy. You've lifted our spirits, and you made us feel that all was right.
Apparently, Jason Isaac was saying how much he hates award shows whilst being a pundit on an award show. Do you know what it reminds you of? You know how we just hate football pundits and just terrible opinions?
Yeah.
That's basically what this ITV panel has been every year.
I find it fascinating because, oh God, did they have like Alex Zane do it 1 year or something like that? Or was that Sky?
Yeah. No, you're right. Did Sky put it on like a free-to-air channel
They did, because that was the year where I was back in England for it. COVID, yeah. Oh, best animated film.
Oh, straight in. Let's get the prediction up. Okay. I'm pretty sure I had Wild Robot and you had Flow. We've got it on the screen there. I mean, I do want Wallace and Gromit to win. I don't think it will.
It's between these two, and realistically, Wild Robot should win it. I just went for Flow because it had momentum.
It's got momentum still as well. I wonder if they'll present two back to back. If they'll do feature with and then straight away do short.
I thought they'd do short first if that was the case.
Oh, big cheer for Wallace and Gromit when they're just doing a little montage. Oh, two loud cheers back to back. I'll wait till you've
Deserved.
I had a Zoolander moment. I had a Zoolander moment where for some reason I just thought they were about to say Wallace and they didn't, and I got excited and I realized it wasn't.
I'm going to go ahead and say that is so deserved. That is so unbelievably deserved.
The thing with the Wild Robot, right, is that it felt like it was, how do I say it nicely? Wild Robot felt like, I'm still trying to think of the right thing. Because it did really well at the box office, it seemed to get more talk because it did really well at the box office. Is that rude of me to say? Do you get where I'm coming from?
I'd say DreamWorks are doing really well at the moment. I'll go ahead and say that. But for me, Wild Robot just wasn't that film. I don't know why. It just didn't click with it. And I can admire it and go, it's a beautiful looking film. It's got good voice acting, really well cast. It's got a great soundtrack, score, music, all of that. But the story didn't quite work. And the story is actually somewhat similar. It's animals surviving in basically kind of almost post-apocalypse. Flow was just way better. And it had no words. And it was so much better. I'm so glad it won.
Without jumping in, I'm just going to bring our predictions for animated short. So I've got Wonder to Wonder, and you've got Beautiful Men. The commenter, The Hobbit, says Transformers 1 should have won. I agree. Didn't even get bloody nominated. It was incredible.
And the Oscar goes to In the Shadow of the Cypress.
I do like the fact they back to back. I'm guessing they'll do documentary feature and documentary short together as well. It's like a quick way to not go through them, but because you're not switching the hosts, you're not then wasting 2 minutes on another intro.
Yeah. So we both got that one wrong. So
yes,
always the case with the shorts. We have no fucking clue.
And this is it. And I'll be really honest. We're not voters, right? So for me, I try and watch the best picture nominees and then expand into other categories that are really important. And I'm not being detrimental to these other categories. But if you're a voter and it is your literal job once a year to watch, let's say, a maximum of 40 films, including 15, 20 shorts, you'd do it. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
But I've got no idea, again, because they're not spoken about. unless there's big names involved, you very rarely know who would ever win. Like, unless there's like a
Sometimes every
political
now and
one.
then, I'll go onto like an Oscars forum or Reddit or something like that, and it will list down the nominees and it will say this is the clear one that's going to win it. It's a bit like some other categories, but some years, like this year, I went on and they basically said for all three of the called shorts categories, they pretty much said there's no clear leader here. They could all win it. There's nothing that's controversial enough or stands out enough. So yeah.
And I just don't trust the voters that watch them all. Ironically, when it's a short, there's even less excuse to not watch them. I know it comes out every year.
Have you seen the things? Voters are getting a lot of stick this year. A lot of people saying, "Oh, I didn't vote for Adrian Brody."
He's already won it.
Was it? I didn't vote for Ralph Fiennes because he's already won it.
Because we thought
and yet they voted for Adrian Brody, who had won it.
This is what pisses me off every year. Is I know, I'm not saying it's fake because it's not, but because there's thousands of Academy members, they can ask 1,000 of them and hope that they're going to get like 10 shite responses, but those shite responses are enough to like make the whole thing look bad. But assuming, we all thought Ray Fiennes won it for Schindler's List, that says, if you're like 60, 70 odd, that shows you fucked up 30 years ago when you were voting. Because he should have won and he didn't. I'm also going to add into account, I'm not saying Ray Fiennes doesn't care about winning. He has not done the marketing that comes with it. Like, I'm not saying he's needed to. Like, he's obviously a key part of this film. He's the lead. But he hasn't sat there, took every PR opportunity to do an event, to do talks, to do BAFTA votes, to do this, the others. If he wanted to, he probably would have, could have, and might have been more of the conversation of winning. Because Shyamalan is the one that suddenly popped up on the marketing, and he's sort of become that second favourite after Brody. The Hobbit puts, remember when Saving Private Ryan lost to Shakespeare in Love? Wow. I was 2 years old, so I don't remember it, but I know of it in the respectively of awful historic decisions. Which...
Or Brokeback and Crash.
He's saying his Oscar ballot's in shambles.
Or even Black Klansman and Green Book.
Well, yeah, that's always going to be the definitive one for me now, isn't it? Like...
I don't even remember what Green Book won that year as far as actual awards.
Has Jason Isaac's gone home?
Has he just left? Has he just gone? I'm getting an advert about...
oh my God, he's gone.
Retirement. Has he actually just gone?
The chair's
but
gone.
the Anthony Hopkins Chadwick Boseman thing. I'm just going to bring up this comment. The difficulty with that is they changed the entire ceremony around just for Chadwick Boseman to lose, hoping that he would win as a memoriam thing. But realistically, the performances, as much as I love Boseman's, Hopkins was a good performance. And both of them were worthy winners. It was just stupid that they changed around the ceremony just for that.
Yeah. And then they didn't allow Anthony Hopkins to attend the ceremony because he was like in his 80s during a pandemic and he didn't want to watch it at the London hub, which was basically just a BFI, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, my sister's cat's coming to my ear. Chesterton, come away. Sorry, they're exploring. I'm just dreading if they like just charge the laptop because it's like plugged in. What are you doing? Apparently, Jason Isaacs said he had to be up early this evening. I mean, I'm going to say this, right? If he's got a 6 o'clock call time, why is he in the Oscars? Not me being rude, just me being a bit real.
It sounds like from what you're saying with the stream on your end so far, it does sound like he just got pissed off and left.
Probably.
I'd laugh so hard if he went like full on into his character from Death of Stalin and just
I mean, Jonathan Ross still getting all the cushy. So I've got a group chat of people watching this like properly. So they're reporting back. Apparently, they're just criticizing everything again. It's just, yeah, it's weird with these awards. I mean, I'd rather have the American adverts because, you know, apparently someone said Flow was one of the biggest films in Latvia, and the other person just put that's not much of an achievement. That's just like blatant, just stupid, disrespectful. Like,
I was going to go ahead and say, because it's up for best international feature as well, which realistically is, I mean, it could win it now. Realistically, it's probably got a better chance of winning it than Emilia Perez, given the kind of, you know.
I still think I'm Still Here's going to win.
How? Oh, I still think I'm Still Here's going to win, but have we seen a bigger downfall of a film from nomination to ceremony?
I mean, The Irishman and Killers of the Flower Moon, I believe, both had 10 nominations and won 0. But that reputation wasn't massacred. It just didn't win anything. Whereas Emilia Perez went in as like a because I don't think them two were the heavy favourites ever either, were they? They got a lot of nominations. Like Wicked. Wicked's got 10 nominations. It's probably going to win 1 or 2. It could win 0. That wouldn't be a downfall. That would just be it didn't win. Whereas Emilia Perez is
I'd say Killers because Lily Gladstone was pretty much odds on favourite up until like the night. Like odds on favourite up until the night to win. It was Emma Stone.
Oh no, Poor Things got a lot of momentum. Emma Stone won. There'd been like 50-50 splits.
But I would say Lily Gladstone was at the start of award season when nominations came out, the odds-on favourite, and then as award season actually started, it became more and more confident that maybe it was more 50-50.
Emma Stone came into it.
Yeah, and even on the night, it was like, who's going to win it? Who's going to get it? And it just kind of came down to Poor Things winning more on the night.
I forgot about Poor Things. One of the worst ones I've ever seen in my life. It sort of grew with me across the entire year, and I still never like it or hate it.
It's weird. It's the same year as it came out. The same year as Barbie. It's like adult Barbie, is the way I think of it.
Yeah, this is like a Barbie. Yeah, it's like a Barbie on crack.
Yeah, pretty much. What do we think is going to be next?
I'm not sure, you know. Maybe international because they're talking to people in foreign languages.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, best international feature, it's such a wild category this year.
Sorry, he's just done an unbelievable China joke.
Best costume, apparently. Best costume.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to predictions. We both got Wicked.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? They'll double the sum of makeup hairstyling?
Yeah, I believe so.
They're doing something. They're doing the 5-winner thing, but for best costume.
Oh, beautiful! Do you know what? They did this last year with the dresses,
from the films. Oh no, they're not. Sorry,
yeah, I love that.
Sorry, they're not. It's just.
I wish they did.
Oh, it's an actor from each of the films. Okay, that makes more sense. It's because I was looking at the right hand side of the screen, so I saw him in his Wicked costume.
Yeah.
And I like they're putting a bit more of a focus on like the non like heavy hitting ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It gives everyone their spotlight, which is kind of what the Oscars is all about. Like,
this is why I hate BAFTA.
Winning
short
like,
Chester.
Like whoever wins Best Director or Best Film.
Well, there was talk they were going to bring
the same
5.
Oscar if you win Best.
the talk of town was that they were going to put 5 previous Best Director winners together to present tonight, but then again, the Emilia Perez shadow hangs over.
My difficulty with it is, and this is how it's going to be viewed, if they do the 5 for Best Actor and the 5 for a different category, and they don't do it for, Best Actress, people who aren't in the know. Yeah,
that's why I think they're going to switch around to different awards to do it.
Yeah,
and if they're bringing it, let's say this director hypothetically, right? Nolan's not there because he's filming in around the world. I forgot which country they're in now, but they're building sets everywhere.
Probably Malta or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, because the usual, we bring a previous winner to last year's winner will come present like RDJ. I've not seen any signs that Cillian Murphy's there at the moment. He might be, but I think
he wasn't down as one of the hosts. I swear he was down as one of the hosts.
He's probably just
down as one of the hosts. Yeah,
because he'll present Best Actress, won't he? Because the actor always presents actress from memory.
Yeah.
The thing with John Lithgow is, I see Dumbledore. Now he's been cast. I've not dropped the America thing, but like, it's there, isn't it? It's there.
We know he can do a British accent, so it's fine. Yeah, it's there.
But I think he's got the face.
He can do the kind-hearted. My question is, can he do the action?
But this is it. We're not going to see any till the 5th film. So it's
He can definitely do the serious. He can definitely do the serious for sure.
And that's it. Like, it's like this is the thing. Like, he can do the charming, he can do the serious, he can do the untrustworthy, he can do the political game. I know there'll be a stunt double, but still, it's that whole.
Yeah,
we know we can do the accent. It's more of them opening the door to do we just end up with a cast full of Americans. I saw a really good video from someone basically implying that, because I sort of spoke about it in mine a little bit, but I didn't want to go into it too much. But some people are wondering if J.K. Rowling's name is all over the show, but is she involved as creatively as she says she is? Because it was her that did the black and white No Americans, and it was her Watch Alone that had that in place. So I wonder if it's like a whole, hey, I'll sign it off, you guys make it, but say I'm involved and maybe I'm actually not. Or HRA has been like, we'll do it if we get to pick the cast, not you.
Yeah. They're taking a lot longer to present this award in particular, which is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, because makeup and hair.
For me, this is another one that's... I was going to say, this is sealed in. This has been sealed in for a while. Kind of, Now, here's a question. Just like Best Original Score, where Dune Part 2 can't be nominated because it's the same score, apparently. Can Wicked Part 2
it will get nominated?
Can it win the same costume? Can it win the same costume award? It makes no sense. I mean,
Sorry, they literally went straight to the...
Yeah, of course.
They were just having a rowdy chat and then went straight to the winner, which is fine.
Yeah. I mean, I heard it on your stream as well, so it's like, okay, fine, Wicked's one.
Oh, sorry. But this is it, like, the whole... As you said, like, it's a can of worms by disqualifying Dune from score because it was the best soundtrack of last year. After it was Challenges. I know you didn't like Challenges as much. Score Challenges.
I really like the score to the Brutalist.
Brutalist got a great score.
To the Brutalist.
But Challenges not being nominated is like a crime.
Oh, yeah, no. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of it, it was a unique score. It should have been nominated. I feel like Challenges should have been nominated more in general, actually.
It's like it's fed into because it came out because it was due to come out the November of the strike year. It would have probably been up for loads had it have come out in November of the year. But we get why it didn't. Like then when it moved,
dare I say, like there's an argument there for either Mike Feist or for Josh O'Connor for Best Supporting Actor. Like There is an argument there.
Yeah.
You've also got an argument there for Zendaya for Best Actress. You've got an argument there for Best Cinematography. You've got an argument there for Best Editing, actually, I'd say. And if it's being nominated for all of those, then really you've got an argument for Best Film. But, that's a different story.
It's like Dune Part 1. Let's nominate it for 10 Oscars, but not director. But we nominated like every other category that the director hired everyone that,
Yeah.
It's annoying. The problem with the Oscars is, I'm not calling it political, but it's like, when it comes to like popular film, it's predictable that it's.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Lord of the Rings set a precedent, because I'll always say this to people, that if you go and look at the Return of the King Oscar year, it's an incredibly weak Oscar year. Let's say
It is a
Return of the
Oscar
King
year.
was up against Brokeback Mountain, it might not have won it all. It probably would have still, but it was more powerful than normal.
My thing is, as good as Chicago was, I feel like Lord of the Rings Two Towers that was the year to win it, because that was the stronger year, and that was actually probably in contention for better film. But then I would also say like Andy Serkis should have been nominated and won for Best Supporting Actor that year, but they would never give it to a CGI kind of character that year or since. So it's like one film I want to highlight, because I've been doing research into it, just very quickly. La Chimera, which was a film that I watched this year, but one of my favorite films from last year, completely botched their nomination
Distribution,
and completely botched.
Was it the country? Did the country pick the wrong film? That happens a lot.
No, it wasn't the country picked the wrong film. It got a limited release and then got a bigger release, but never really a worldwide release. And because of that, even though it's got a British cast, but it's an Italian film, completely in Italian pretty much, it kind of completely botched the whole kind of, nomination thing, to the point where kind of everyone had forgotten about it when it came around to kind of nomination time. And then I don't think Italy picked it in the end for its nomination.
It's so weird
because there was no momentum with it.
Do you want to know something I saw as well? So when Bong Joon-ho did the Parasite sweep, and he had the 4 Oscars, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know this until recently. He doesn't classify as somebody that won 4 Oscars, because the award for Best International Film is given to, quote, the country that wins. So South Korea won Best International, even though it was Bong Joon-ho's Parasite film. The country of South Korea wins the Oscar, which I'm assuming was given to Bong Joon-ho by the country. But what the fuck does that mean? The country wins it? Like, is it sat in like a cabinet? Like,
does that mean that we won last year and it's going to be sat at the BFI because we won for Zone of Interest?
But this is what I was like, or would it sit in the Houses of Parliament? Like, it's not entirely clear. So, because they were talking about Sean Baker, that he could win 4 for screenplay, editing, directing, and picture. Because Chloe Zhao won 3, but he could win 4. I don't think he would win 4. That's how I found out that Bong Joon-ho doesn't count as winning 4, which I think is bullshit, if I'm honest. Again, you'd hope out of decency South Korea gave him the Oscar. Sorry, they've got this awful pundits together. I actually love the fact Jason Isaacs has just gone up and left. I'm going to go on Twitter and find out what's going on.
Yeah. My question is, just because Bifur's coming in with 2 comments. First one was Josh O'Connor in La Chimera was awesome. He was fantastic in that film. I highly recommend you watch it. And then India's pick of La Puta Ladies was botched. All We Imagine As Light should have been picked. I've heard of All We Imagine As Light. I haven't seen it. Wasn't there one last year was it The Taste of Things was selected over something else? I can't remember what it was The Taste of Things was selected over.
I don't know.
Was it something that was nominated for Best Picture? Like,
you get weird
something
ones
crazy,
where
like something. There was something that was nominated over, and The Taste of Things was nominated instead. And I feel like it should have been something else, but I cannot remember what it should have been.
What a crime. Sorry, every time I see the awards, I get pissed off. We got the voice of Denis Villeneuve because we didn't actually invite him to be fucking here because we didn't decide to nominate him again. Like, do you know what I mean?
I mean, and you look at the film and you go, how is this not one of the best top 5 directed films of the year?
I'm telling you, if it came out in November last year, it's getting like 10 nominations again.
But not director. Oh, Conan's back.
But this is the Lord of the Rings syndrome, right? And I don't like this. If Dune, Part 3, whether they call it that or they're going to call it Dune, I forgot the name of the second book. If it is good, are they going to do the whole...
Dune Messiah, isn't it?
Messiah, thank you. I keep saying Prophecy. That was the name of the spin-off series, which was apparently not good. If Dune Messiah is as good as it could be, on par with the other two, I think Dune sweeps the Oscars. Even though I think the second book is weaker than the first, I think Denis is going to make a lot of very good changes to it. Because basically the real life thing is when Dune came out, basically the audiences didn't get it. They all thought like Paul Atreides was like this great person, but actually it's clear as obvious like he fucking lied to take advantage of the Fremen people to be like, again, like a false messiah. So Dune Messiah is a book, and this isn't a spoiler.
Yeah.
Dune Messiah is the author just like sort of slapping you around the head to be like, just for your fucking clarification, things did not go well. Does that make sense? I'm not calling it Last Jedi vibe.
Yeah.
But it's very much like the author's like, you're all fucking thick as shit and didn't understand. If they do some smarter things with it, which is what they teased into Dune Part 2, for example, Zendaya rejecting him and Florence Pugh being for him when it's the way around, it could be perfect. But I think it will do the Return of the King. Hey, because it was the third one. Oh, Nick Offerman's there. It just feels like the self-congratulatory Oscars. Yeah, congratulations, Dune, you did it. Here you go. But Denis should have been nominated, and he'll probably get a guaranteed win because he hadn't been nominated now. I mean, he's overdue an Oscar anyway.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my god, Amy Poehler's here because of the mini Parks and Rec reunion.
Here we go. And this pisses me off even further because I absolutely loved Anatomy of a Fall, but Taste of Things stealing that nomination, and then Les Miserables stealing from Portrait of a Lady on Fire. So Best International Feature is an interesting, shall we say, category for that.
I think they're doing 2 awards back to back. I think she's doing screenplay followed by hair and makeup. Or she made a joke about hair and makeup.
Would they not do screenplay then screenplay?
Well, this is what I'm thinking. Okay, it's original screenplay.
Well, best originals first.
We've got Anora.
But
I'd love a Real Pain to win this.
A Real Pain could win it.
No, but Real Pain isn't nominated because it's just gone. It's alphabetical. It's just gone straight to the Brutalist.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe.
So what's a Real Pain? Is it adapted?
Oh no, it is here. Oh no, ignore me. They started as
say.
That doesn't make sense. That should have been first grammatically. The thing is, it's one of those scripts that's so good it feels like it's normal. Like it's the best scripts, the ones where it doesn't. It feels like it's just been an improv for 2 hours, like a Tarantino one. Like it's real conversations.
Yeah,
I didn't like September 5th. I've seen it now. I didn't like it. That was the definitive Oscar bait film.
Yeah. The Substance is a great script.
Yeah.
And the Oscar goes to Anora.
Did you hear my TV?
Anora, okay.
Sorry. 1 right each. The problem is if I make it quieter, I can't hear it. But if I make it louder, we're going to get copyright strikes. So when I have to go silent, it's probably really like audible.
It's fine. If it actually makes it a little bit easier because then the 10-second delay doesn't really matter for me anymore at that point.
Because
So it's
half the delay is the tension of them reading the envelope.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say.
I mean, he's 1 out of 4. Could he do the quadruple? I do want to watch the Florida project.
Yeah,
Because
but
I
at the
heard
same
that Willem
time,
Dafoe's amazing
Conclave.
in it. I love Conclave as well.
The Florida project. I watched it this month.
Good. Yeah, Florida Project's never got round to.
Haven't seen
To be fair, I heard amazing things about Red Rocket as well. Like, he's a director I just should see more of his films. I've not watched that many films recently. Ironically, I've been watching a lot more wrestling again. Again, the Netflix deal has changed everything. I saw WrestleMania 17, which is regarded as the greatest pay-per-view of all time. And they don't like wrestling, but have you seen the famous promo of The Rock and Stone Cold to Limp Bizkit's My Way, which is like regarded as the best like editing ever in wrestling? Oh, they're doing adapted. Okay, so why did they make a joke about hair? We both have Conclave.
And these two are kind of the two that are leading the front running for Best Picture anyway. You've got Brutalist still there.
It is
if Brutalist was going to win Best Picture, it should have won the screenplay.
Do you think Brutalist peaked a bit early? Or do you think it's just dumb Oscar voters?
But really weird. Out of all the Best Picture nominations that are front runners, I think Brutalist is the best film.
Seeing it at the cinema was quite incredible. The fact it's on a 10 million budget should be spoken about as well. I love Conclave though. I'm so sorry, but the fact that the Pope is probably going to die any day now. Like, my dad keeps talking about wanting to watch Conclave.
Yeah.
Imagine if Emilia Perezman's best adapted. Could you imagine? Actually, that's a good point. How can it be an adapted screenplay if it's a musical? I love Nickel Boys. Love's a weird word for that, but I appreciate with Nickel Boys it's completely split. Like, if people vibe with the cameras, they like it. If they don't like it, but they're quite respectful. If that makes sense. Sing Sing's one of the big ones I missed, which I really wanted to watch.
I really want to still see Sing Sing.
It's just been put on Prime in the UK, but I didn't get a chance to watch it yesterday. I was binging 10 episodes of the new F1 documentary. We can do a Reddit AMA if you want to find out about the F1 gossip from that show. We'll do it after this award.
As predicted.
Yeah.
It's those two.
It feels
those
that way.
Two.
Do we think some of
We
the
both
Oscar
had Conclave,
voters?
right?
Yeah. Both got Conclave, both had Anora. But again, even Conclave, it didn't do much at BAFTA, but then it won Best Film. Which is like...
And at the SAGs, it won Best Ensemble.
Yeah. If it was to win Best Film, I would wish that Ray Fiennes was winning Best Actor. I know he was not.
Yeah.
And I'll be frank, I don't think he was the best actor. I think the best actor actually was genuinely Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
Timothée Chalamet is incredible. And I think any other year, Chalamet, I say any other year, not last year because of Oppenheimer, but I don't think Brody wins any other year.
Chalamet would win. I don't think Chalamet wins any other year, but I think Brody has a chance to.
What was the year before Oppenheimer? 22. Let me load a wiki.
God, I have to throw my mind back. So 22 was Everything Everywhere year, wasn't it? Who was best actor that year?
It wouldn't have been anyone from that. I know Ke Quan was. Ke Quan was best supporting, locked in, wasn't he? I'm just gonna.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, 2020s.
This is my Oscar knowledge and Oscar history a few years ago.
Brendan Fraser in The Whale.
Who was
no
it?
wonder it's forgettable. Brendan Fraser shouldn't have won. Should have been Austin Butler.
Dare I say, Brody would have won that year.
Yeah. I think Austin Butler was fucked over because he was a younger
Yeah.
actor. He wasn't as well known as Chalamet is well known now to the point he'd won Best Young Actor, but he'd been around for 10 years. Whereas Austin Butler, that
Do you
was
think
his
Butler
real
also
breakthrough.
was shafted a bit for Best Supporting Actor this year as well?
Oh.
Hmm.
For Dune. He's very good in
memorable
Dune.
character.
I think makeup and hairstyling are where he's been shafted for that role more than... He was very good, but I don't know if he would have... He certainly wasn't better than Kieran Culkin or Guy Pearce. Who else was there this year? I've not seen Sing Sing. Oh God, who were the other two that rounded up Best Supporting? Anora, I'd agree with. But then I'm also sat there looking at Denzel in Gladiator, who got snubbed. Who was amazing Gladiator, should have been nominated.
As soon as when Gladiator 2 came out, we were pretty much saying, oh yeah, Denzel's walking to another Oscar.
Everyone did. And then...
Yeah, didn't even get nominated.
I still can't wrap my head around. He's won 2 Oscars. He's been nominated for 9 Oscars. And in his career of decades, let's forget individual films, his career, he still never had a singular BAFTA nomination. I'm not calling BAFTA racist, right? But it's quite embarrassing for them as an organisation. Like, it's not saying, because he's black. It is the conversation that this is Denzel fucking Washington, one of the most respected actors in history, who has played the likes of Malcolm X, who's been in Training Day. Okay, let's chuck in Gladiator. Look at many of his iconic roles on stage, on screen. And BAFTA has not once ever looked at him and thought, he's going to get nominated for anything. I understand if he's had like 3 Oscar nominations and has 0, BAFTA nominations, but 9. Like, even if half of them aren't deserved nominations, there's like 4 or 5 massive ones that should be. And I just...
How many... So we're an hour 20 into the stream now. How many awards have we actually gone through so far? How many awards go?
We've had, I believe, 6 awards presented.
We should probably tick off, what's it called? Animated. We've had animated short as well, but we didn't get it right. So maybe put those in red or different color, like yellow.
I'll leave them blank because by the time the night's done, but I know they've presented 6, which is quite worrying. In 90 minutes, they're quite the way through. I know they're flying. If you put it in this perspective, they've presented 6 in just under an hour, which makes you think it's another 3 hours. No, that can't be another 3 hours. They'll speak.
It's 3 hours from here. I think it's 2 hours from here.
I think it'll finish UK time between half.
The broadcast timing says it finishes in an hour and a half's time. That's what the broadcast timing says, but I doubt that. Going at this rate,
I want to say between 3:30 and 4 UK time. Is that fair?
Oh, I hate that because that means I've got another 2 hours here, which is going to be going into the morning.
I booked a half day of work. So here's my conundrum, but I made my choice earlier. The Mickey 17 screening technically is now tonight in the UK and London. So I had a half day of work, and I was like, I'll book it as a full day. Can't book as a full day because there's a few people off my team. I was like, okay, fine. I was like, I'm going to go into London. I was like, I can wake up at 9, get a train at like 11, go work in a cafe for like 2.5 hours in the afternoon. Our heating's gone down over the weekend, so I was having to shout at my sister's house. I was like, I don't want to go to my sister's, then come home, then go to London, then work, then come home. Potentially need another shower because you're coming back from London after a day, just basic hygiene on it. And I thought, you know what, Mickey 17, this sounds really horrible. I know it's the first film since Parasite. The trailers just haven't done anything for me in the context of I'm desperate to see this film here and now. Like, I will see it on the opening weekend, but I am not like clamoring like, oh my god, new Bong Joon-ho. Is that weird? And because I had Drive to Survive, because I Drive to Survive this weekend to watch, I've obviously had to binge 10 episodes of that.
The first musical where I've hated every song.
The car exposure at the end was so fucking stupid, and I can say now I've seen it.
Mm-hmm. Oscars is not 5 hours long. I refuse to believe it. The TV broadcast says it's going to be 3 hours long. That's
Let
what
me
I'm
go
sticking
to our-
to. We've never had one that's gone on for 5 hours. We've never had one that's gone for 5 hours, ever.
There's definitely been a year or two where it's gone way
It's
too
been
far
4
over.
hours. I know that.
Because then they
Yeah.
really reined it in for the following year, didn't they? Right, okay. Oh, we always give them different names every year on the channel. I should really sort this theme out. Okay, live stream. Makeup hairstyling. So I bring up our predictions. I think we both put substance. Yeah, we did. Both got a substance for best makeup hairstyling. This is a stacked award this year, by the way. This is actually one of the few times I've looked at this award and been like, I'm actually really curious because there's loads of different potential winners. Right. What do we call it? Oscars? Watch along? What do we call them? Okay. Last year, 3 hours, 30 minutes. This is our stream. 2023, 345. 2022, 355. 2021, 340. 2023, 40. 2019, 330. 2018, 3 hours, 52. 2017, 4 hours and 5. Okay. Let's
So about
say
3 hours 30, 3 hours 50.
yeah. 23 awards, but 5 less songs. But it feels like they've spent a little bit longer introducing them.
The opening monologue was a lot longer. They're rushing through this,
If
though.
Nos,
They're absolutely rushing through this.
it won't win it, but if Nosferatu won this, I'd be fucking buzzing. Like, it won't though.
Deserved. Once again.
It's a really good year. Okay, Emilia Parrish should have been nominated.
Really good year.
The one thing I'd say I'm criticizing with this award this year is it seems a lot heavier on makeup than hairstyling. I know that it fits under the same banner, but they're all prosthetic prevalent versus. Do you know what I mean? That's not me criticizing it because I'm happy with what's won.
Take out Emilia Perez. What would you throw in instead?
Dune. You know what you mentioned about Austin Butler? If you look at like the transformations of like all the characters,
Yeah.
think about the thousands of like practical framing costumes as well. Like Wicked is on. I think ensembles are almost underrated. That if you've got 6 or 7 characters, it's easier to look at Nosferatu period piece as well. Like personally, I'd taken quantity into effect as well as quality. I know that's a weird thing to say, but it sort of makes some sense. Like Wicked probably is the best haircuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this the James Bond tribute bit?
They played them off very fast, by the way.
Well, they played them off for Goldfinger to bring out Halle Berry.
Yeah.
The Academy's Board of Governors honors extraordinary contributions to cinema with the Governors Awards. Last fall, these awards represented
Governors Awards. I mean,
the legendary composer Quincy Jones.
We're going to get In Memoriam at some point as well, I've just realised.
In Memoriam will be, it's more towards the end, isn't it? It's like just before director and picture, normally.
Now, I had the great pleasure of working with Barbara and Michael on Die Another Day. And let me tell you, they don't just produce Bond movies. They were the heart and soul of this franchise.
Oh, they're in the crowd.
Every generation does have their Bond. You know? The world
They've already made Amazon jokes during this thing, haven't they?
Shit, yeah, I forgot about that.
signature mix of danger, style, and
They're getting more recognition for now than they probably thought they would for
tonight we pay
Their Time's Die.
Barbara and Michael and the two others.
It is like an obituary for James Bond.
It'd be a hilarious power move if Amazon took up a spot and announced Bond at the Oscars, as in the new Bond. That'd be hilarious.
I think it's annoying that they're doing more for them for selling the IP than for what they got for the 60th from the Oscars.
Yeah.
Unless this is Amazon buying it all up. Margaret Collery's there. What's going on? Imagine if they announced the new Bond.
That's what I said.
Sorry, did you? I'm a bit zoned out. I've got other people messaging me.
If they announce, or if
I'm
they announce
genuinely
Quali as the
right
next
now.
Bond girl.
Who's that flying down? Okay, no. I thought they were about to parachute someone down then. Who the fuck's Lisa? How good are you with music? It's not Paul McCartney, I can tell you that.
They showed her on the red carpet, and I was like, "Who is this person?" Just called Lisa. But imagine if they did announce the next Bond.
It's more the fact they had Margaret. But is that their embarrassment? Like, sorry, we didn't nominate you for Best Supporting Actress. Like, come and dance to do the James Bond theme.
They had her down as a host as well, I think. I don't know if this is what they meant by host or special appearance or something like that, but
Doja Cat singing Diamonds Are Forever. Okay, I know who she is. Sorry, part of me is there's this like 1% conspiracy theorist who thinks they're about to announce the next Bond. And this will be our reaction video that makes us hit the big time. Henry Cavill
this would
kind of
be,
tux.
I mean,
I'm
it'd
gonna
be up there with the Oscar moments.
It would.
Are they just going through the various different
would
people they
shoot
want to sing the
after
next
that,
Bond song or something?
it would overshadow the entire ceremony, and it would be one of the biggest news pieces
I'm
ever.
trying to think of who's there tonight. Who's there tonight who could
if
be,
the
unless they
next
just
Bond
keep
could
it
be
a
there, they
complete
wouldn't show it.
surprise. No. Imagine if it's literally just Cillian Murphy in the crowd, head in hands, just not wanting to be there.
She's got a good voice, this person. I thought
Josh
Doja Cat
O'Connor
was
would
a
be a
rapper.
great Bond. No,
Oh,
Doja
I
Cat's
got told
got a
off in a
decent.
group
I mean,
chat.
most of these rappers have a decent voice. What's
I
that?
got told off for putting in a group chat that I think Josh O'Connor's too ugly to play James Bond. I know I'm not good looking, so we don't need to get into that bit.
He could do it.
I don't know. I'm sorry, but I'm that guy. Like I look at him. That's not James Bond. It's a private schoolboy who could be a spy, but not Bond. Q. I'm with you.
Do it.
It's not like the worry I have, and I love Cavill. I feel like Amazon's going to do the safest pick for their first Bond. Skyfall?
No, they'll step out. I think they'll step out for it.
Ray E.
I think they'll do a bold statement.
Amazon are going to pay it. I think they're going to go really. The thing is, they've got to hire a creative producer first to run the IP. Like they need their people don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
They need the Kathleen Kennedy, not her, but like they need. Here's our film producer, who was a famous producer, to do the franchise. Now, I would, if they said to me, Nolan will do it. He'll direct the first one. He'll cast it all. Then he'll produce the future ones. I'd be fine with that, and I actually wouldn't mind waiting till like 2029 or 8 or whatever. But I don't think Amazon are going to wait. I think we're going to have a director hired by the end of the year for shooting next year to release in 2027.
They won't want to wait because they'll lose any momentum they have.
But that's it. But then if they were going to wait, there's only one person in the world who they should wait for who would pay off financially, which is Nolan.
Yeah.
If someone's Christopher Nolan.
I feel like I know you probably don't know Ray as a singer, but she's probably one of the best singers for a Bond song in the future. She will probably do a Bond song if she's.
I've always been in the Lana Del Rey. Even though I'm shit with music, Lana Del Rey's always had a voice I think would be amazing on a Bond song.
Yeah, especially after Billie Eilish, where I didn't expect her to have a good Bond song voice, and she actually did a half decent one. Like, yeah, for sure.
Can they have just afforded Adele though? It's the Oscars. At least Sam Smith didn't play his song.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot Ray Fiennes is there. Oh, they're just cutting to all the Bond alumni. No Bond announcement. Okay, there goes that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would be the stage to do it on. Like, if it had been kept so quiet that no one had ever seen it coming. But then it does also mean we are another like 10 minutes in without an award being presented.
Another outbreak.
Yeah, the ITV coverage is so bad.
I mean, I'm just getting ads, so. So I'd say so far the only big surprise on the night has been Flo winning.
Yeah, and that's in context of surprises. It's not that surprising.
It's not that big.
It was like
no, because it was
Wallace and Gromit would have been like the British
momentum.
Storm. Yeah. Biggest surprise tonight is Jason Isaacs going out.
Have we actually found out the reason for that, or did he just walk off?
I was going on Twitter, but I had loads of likes on my posts about already had everything off ITV after 5 minutes. Let's have a quick look. One message: I really want Jonathan Ross to fuck off. Sorry, I've got a friend of the channel, Stephen Carty, put me watching the Bond tribute, and it's the upset John Lithgow face.
Andor trailer again.
What did you think of the Andor trailer?
Not what I expected for a Star Wars trailer, because they pretty much said, hey, look how good the first season was, and literally said, oh, it was critically acclaimed. I've never seen any Star Wars
Paragraphs
do that.
saying
how waxing lyrical about how good it was. Not sure about that, but the trailer itself looked pretty good. All the stuff in between looked okay. Wasn't a big fan of the whole look how good we are kind of thing.
So apparently Jason Isaacs had a rant about Isabella Rossellini because she was nominated for a performance that she was on screen for basically said it all, which I agree with. Everyone criticising ITV here in the UK. Just everyone slagging off ITV.
Well, hopefully
the ITV Oscars team. You ready for this? The ITV Oscars team got Ralph Fiennes on the red carpet. They had 30-second interview with him. What's they ask him? Not about the film he's nominated for. They just asked him a question about tennis and said, we've got Jason Isaacs in the studio. Oh, this is...
Okay, they're showing the orchestra. I wonder if they do score next. I have no idea. Guessing the awards next. I'm sure there is an actual order, which we could have looked up beforehand, but, you know.
No, they don't normally share those sorts of things, do they? I don't think.
I think they do. I think they've got a schedule.
Cinema streams. It's going to be an advert taking the piss out of streaming, maybe.
Amazon.
Parents on RTV said, quote, we're not here to be fair. Idris Elba summer fuming that he never thought of asking the Oscars if he could do a Bond audition on stage like Margaret Qualley.
This year marks the 20th anniversary of Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill Volume 2. Yes. Please welcome a star of both Kill Bill movies and the reason I once bought my wife an iPad, the world's sexiest Daryl Hannah.
Oh, we're getting a little Kill Bill tribute, maybe.
Which is a bit of an odd thing to have a tribute for.
I wonder what Waters presents. God, she is in some wild flares. I'm sorry.
Does she have an envelope? Oh, she does have an envelope.
The film's rhythm is feeling a third heartbeat placed in their hands. They have to recognize the magic in the moments that are captured on film. Immerse themselves, every fiber of their being in the footage, be a sculptor and chip away at the form, an architect to help illuminate the vision, and a puzzle master to put the pieces in their place. Tonight, we celebrate the artists who shape the stories we tell. Here are the nominees for achievement in film editing.
Editing. Okay. We've both got Conclave.
Which
Bill
actually,
for R.I.P.
this
Star
award
Wars
kind
and
of
or trailer is crap. Makes sense for
I'm going to
Tarantino
go ahead and
editing.
say it. So I'm going to go and say it. I said it on our predictions. This film decides what wins Best Picture. If Anora wins this, then Anora wins Best Picture.
Fair bet. I think if Anora wins this, he's
If
locked in.
Conclave
If
wins
Conclave
this,
wins this, I still don't think he's locked in if Conclave
then
wins.
I think it's a 50-50.
I think it's a combination of this and director.
Well, director Sean Baker's winning. That's easy.
But then again, Edward Berger's not even been nominated for director, which is wild still.
Correct.
Imagine you get a curveball like Wicked winning.
Well, because it's the least offensive.
Just no one's put it to anything to win.
Okay, so Anora's won Best Picture.
Are we getting Anora to win 4 Oscars? Sorry, not Anora, Sean Baker.
I think Anora. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Anora's just won Best Picture. It's done.
I think so now because I didn't think Anora was winning editing.
No.
This is going to be interesting. But then where does that stop? Does it mean that Demi Moore might not win Best Actress? Because I will say this. Mikey Madison should be winning actress. If Anora's going to win picture and actress, I'll be actually really disappointed. Because I kind of settle on that. I think Mikey Madison's given the best performance. But Demi Moore is getting the career Oscar. I don't mind it because Demi Moore's amazing. But I'd be a bit gutted if Anora's going to pick up everything else, but not actress when the actress has like carried that film beyond belief.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. It's kind of taken a bit of the sting out of the night, though, because that's like all of the drama gone now. We just know what's going to win.
And those 3 people are Samantha Kwan, my wife and producer, Alex Coco, my incredible fellow producer, and my dog Hudson. Yeah, he gave me some pretty good notes. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Everyone's happy with the picture of Kieran Culkin with RDJ. I mean, I just miss Robert Downey Jr. being on cinema, but that didn't mean I want him in Marvel, but I know that he will be amazing as Doctor Doom. It's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, supporting actress next. I wonder who might win this. Take your pick. Zoe Saldana.
I mean, both the supporting roles have done the clean sweep on the Oscar season.
I would add that Monica Barbaro was amazing in A Complete Unknown. And I'm very delighted she got a nomination, which I didn't think she'd get a nomination. I also thought that Ariana Grande was the best thing in Wicked. In part 1.
Dare I say, I actually think that Ariana Grande should have won this award.
Yep,
I don't think
definitely
Zoe
better than Zoe
Saldana's... Yeah.
It's very much the career.
I mean, there's an argument that could be
We
made that
love
Zoe
you, Zoe
Saldana...
Saldana.
I could make the argument that... Can I say Zoe Saldana is, even though she's not the named lead character, it's a bit of a Carol situation. She is the lead character in that film. She has more screen time than, you know.
But she's outright the lead because she's the film opens with her as a lawyer being hired. The film ends with her as a lawyer looking after these kids. Like, she's the lead.
Correct.
I don't want Isabella. I liked Felicity Jones in The Brutalist, but she shouldn't have anything more than a nomination. I think she's lucky to get a nomination because she's only really in the second half.
Correct.
She got a few good scenes.
Oh, she is only in the second half. She is only in the second half.
Yeah.
I was shocked by the runtime. She actually has more runtime than Guy Pearce. No, Guy Pearce has more runtime. She has more runtime than most of the other supporting cast. Just only in the second half.
I guess being in the second half of a 3-hour, 15-minute long film helps. The thing is, I like Zoe Saldana.
The runtime just sneaks up on you purely out the fact that, like...
I don't mind her getting a career Oscar. But I actually feel sad for her if she won every
Quite
award.
young to
But
get a career Oscar, though.
I think she's older than we think. She's in her 40s.
Very young to get a career Oscar, though.
But she's been around for what, like 20
Yeah,
years
even
probably
then.
at this point.
To get a career Oscar in like even your 30s, 40s, or even 50s, I feel like career Oscars are like the.
It depends though, because like Shyamalan is like a. It's kind of like Emilia Perez's saving grace that it's like, we like you, Zoe Saldana, therefore we will allow you to win this one award. But we're just going to pretend it was for everything else she's been in. I mean, what's the first thing you saw in? I think like Pirates of the Caribbean, right? That's like what, 2003? She would have been in stuff shortly before then.
Yeah.
I mean, she's crying, like she's likable. And I guess because her two most recognizable roles is that she's blue and green. So. I'm fine with it winning one award and it being this. I can live with that.
It's going to win Best Original Song as well.
I know. I'm just hoping it doesn't. It's like Thanos, isn't it? Like a soul for a soul. You can have your one Oscar if you win nothing else. Oh, that's who the guy in the hat was. It was the director. It's because he's bold normally. Someone. I don't mind ITV's coverage. I'm enjoying the opportunity to mute my TV every few minutes.
Bit of respite.
The biggest honor in my life is being your partner. You hum the moon and our beautiful, perfect suns. Cy, Bowie, and Zen, they fill our skies every night with stars. My grandmother came to this country in 1961. I am a proud child of immigrant parents. With dreams and dignity, and hard-working hands.
It's a bit weird that she went for Star Trek. It came out 16 years ago.
Oh my word.
My grandmother, she was here. She was so delighted. My grandmother, I think she has to say, thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
Good speech.
Oh, best song next. I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it said.
Oh, it's John Frost.
Which means we're going to adverts. We haven't had
Wow.
I'm trying to think of what
There's been no
films
major
coming out
structure.
soon. Like what?
There's fuck all
What
coming out in March.
trailers
I'm not joking. I mean, we've kind of had we've had a Fantastic Four. We've had Jurassic Park. We've had Superman trailers. Mission Impossible. I feel like
So
Stewart trailer soon.
would Disney pay at the Oscars for a Doctor Who trailer, or would HBO go for the Last of Us? Would they go for the TV trailers?
That's a good question. Last of Us is a good shout. I think
Seeing as
Disney
they've
would
already
pay
had
for Snow
Andor
White
come
one.
in with Disney.
Snow White's out in 3 weeks. I think Disney would pay for that. I don't think they pay for.
Oh, they would.
I don't think
they
they
got
pay
coming
for.
out. Have they got people coming out for the awards? No, they've got what's her face?
Gal
Ziegler
Gadot
coming out for.
Oh, maybe they'll present together. I did see a great quote
I think
saying
they
that,
will.
can we
I
have
think
Gal
they'll
Gadot present Best Documentary? Because obviously,
to know the land.
yeah, that would be very interesting. Bit for the Hobbit says, I really like Zosana and the Losers. That's what one of my friends texted me too. We're all just pretending she's won for another film she's been in.
Yeah.
Someone put Emilia Paris is an
Hilariously.
Oscar-winning film. Someone else put So is the
So
Suicide
can
Squad.
we
Just don't talk.
Can we go ahead and she's the first member of the Guardians of the Galaxy to win an Oscar for Bradley Cooper.
She's the only one to have won. Of the core ones, she is, isn't she?
Yeah. He's been trying so hard.
Who have you got? You got Batista, Chris Pratt, Sean Gunn, Bradley Cooper, Big Dave, Vin Diesel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Christ, that's actually quite funny. I'll give you credit for that. That's actually really funny.
Okay. That's the when you think about it, the more you think about it, you're like, okay, so Bradley Cooper has been trying so hard for the last 10 years to win an Oscar, like actually trying. And she just swoops in and gets it straight away. They've had their third advert.
The Bradley
for
Cooper.
I have never seen
Elementary. What, the Sherlock Holmes show? Is that still around?
No, Abbott Elementary. It's an American.
Oh, the comedy
based show. Mm.
I was so confused. I remember Michelle Yeoh was playing Watson. I mean, I never watched it, right? Could you imagine in 2025 if an Asian was cast to play Watson in Sherlock? No one cared when Michelle Yeoh was cast, but if that was today, like, people would be rioting in the streets.
Mm. This is so ridiculous. They're advertising the news. Are you ready for this? They're advertising the news. Come watch our news is basically what's going on right now, which is absolutely mental. America, you are crazy. In the UK, could you imagine people advertising the news?
They do it sometimes, though, don't they? Just not BBC. But then it's normally like what's the word we're looking for? Not like
and they read out the headlines, right? They don't go, come watch our news. They don't go, come watch our news show. It's here's the headlines.
I think they do.
Watch
but
the news show for the full story.
I think they do, but it's not as what's the word? They're showing the substance.
They put on the advert again. This advert is literally just it's like a just line of people. It's like, oh, here's the different people who do our news shows. And the substance.
Apparently, it kicked off a little bit behind the scenes at the Oscars. Peter Strawn, who won Best Adapted Screenplay, was asked by a reporter what it's like seeing the Oscars race whilst the Pope isn't well. And then he says it feels bad taste to bring the Pope's health into our celebration. Yeah, like that's something we can say. Not actually like accredited journalists sat there at the ceremony, like fucking hell. Like if they win Best Film and the Pope snuffs it in the night, like they're not going to criticize the film, are they? Oh, I've got Ben Stiller. Have you watched Severance?
I haven't watched Severance, no.
Have you heard about how good it's meant to be?
I've heard how good it's meant to be.
Are they doing cinematography maybe, just by this piss take of the camera?
They're doing production. No, they're doing production design because the lift that was taking him up stopped. This is this year's John Cena moment. I'm going to go ahead and say.
I mean, he did the classic. He dressed up as an avatar. Do you remember? To present best makeup.
Yeah. Yeah.
intended.
I love Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
I think he's a proper like you know how like Jim Carrey's had a renaissance with Sonic. I know Ben Stiller's like produced
Yeah.
Severance, but I think he's due like a production design whilst we're on it. I've got Wicked, you've got Brutalist. I mean, I love the Brutalist.
I don't think Brutalist is winning it. I'll be honest. I'd love for it to win it, but I don't think it is.
I mean, I'd love
I
Dune
made
to, but Dune
some
won't.
wild predictions this year, purely out of like. I made wild predictions purely based on kind of like what I want to win.
I mean, I'd say this. I think Nosferatu deserves to win this. The way they rebuilt those, you know, like 18th century German buildings.
Yeah.
And the Oscar goes to Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wicked's
not
on
really a
too.
surprise, is it?
It's annoying Wicked because it kind of then backhands into my criticism of the film, which is the color palette was so shit from the color grading that you didn't really get to see all those incredible sets and costumes flourish because of how awful it looked, if that makes sense.
But I think it needed to look bright and almost over the top because I feel like part 2 is going to be not.
But
It's going to be stark
didn't
contrast.
look. This was it. It didn't look. They did some weird lighting where
It
like
looked bland in
drained it
some
of
scenes
color.
and really hyper. Yeah.
Yeah, like I know people are like, oh yeah, it should have been on Technicolor. I was like, well, that's not existed for decades, but when they went to Oz, it should have looked like the Wizard of Oz. And that's me being like a child, but it's also that logic of like, it didn't look pretty, but you know they're incredible sets and you know they're in these great costumes, but it just never ever looked it. And whoever was responsible for that color grading just did a shite job. And it hit
should
the
have
point
had, like,
where they had to
because-
comment on it, didn't they? They commented on it, which is a clear sign that that criticism was enough for them to be pissed off about.
I feel like when they get to the Emerald City, of course it needs to be emerald, it needs to be sparkling, but I feel like they could have gone with like the kind of old school retrograde soft glow. Like to remind you of the Wizard of Oz instead of the hyper greens and hyper colors, like the oversaturation of it.
Who's that everyone's screaming? Oh, it's Mick Jagger. Elton John's there. Fucking hell. I know he's nominated.
So this
I
got to
didn't
be
think
best
he'd go.
original song, right?
This is a coup for the Oscars getting Mick Jagger. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Fair play. He's still alive. That's the amount of drugs he's done.
After a shit year of presenting best song as well. Give it to Elton John because you don't want to embarrass, like, have Elton John stand next to Mick Jagger. You don't want anything embarrassing like Emilia Paris. But for best original song,
No.
we're a split. You've got Elmer.
Does Saldana got it because she sang the song?
No. Oh, it's a good. No, I think it's the writer. So I meant 6 AAA. I forgot the name of the song, but it's that I forgot her name. She's like had like 17 Oscar nominations.
The Journey.
Won.
The Journey. The Journey is the name of the song.
Yeah. But she's had 17 Oscar nominations for best song and still never won, which is kind of hilarious.
I don't think this is its yet, and the reason why is because El Mal was sung by Zoe Saldana, so it kind of ties into her winning the Oscar already.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, but to get Mick Jagger to be presenting probably one of the worst best original songs we've seen in years is something. It is going to be Elmed, isn't it? We need like a Kanye West, not for the Nazi comparisons, just for the. Remember when Taylor Swift famously won, and he's like, "You don't deserve to win this." Diane Warren, that's her name, the one with the 16 Oscar nominations that's never won.
So I know a few people have seen 6888, and for the casual film fan, it's fine. For anyone who looks anything further into it, or anyone who actually watches films on a regular, it's apparently horrifically bad. Yeah,
it does. Yeah,
it's like a throw on and not really watch kind of film. I've heard,
like most Netflix films,
kind of film. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
God, they're giving song. I guess because they're not performing it live, they're sort of trying to give them a bit more than normal, aren't they?
But this is actually quite nice. I love the performances usually. This year is definitely the year not to do it. Although Elton John singing on stage would have probably,
Oh, I mean, how the fuck did these songs get nominations? Come on. Sorry, I'm on the Emilia Paris one now. There was a dumb as fuck segment about her running away. But it's because it's Selena Gomez, that's why they did that song, didn't they?
Yeah, but this is honestly like, I was expecting, it's a Selena Gomez song. It'll probably be like a power ballad or something like that. No, it's a shitty, not even pop song karaoke thing. It's weird.
They should have just nominated.
I didn't like a single song. Not a single song in Emilia Perez. Not one I liked. It's so weird for a musical to not like one song.
I mean, Elton John, isn't he blind in a lineup from something that happened? Like, if he wins, can he actually walk onto the stage? Part of me wants him to win it because he's actually like a musician for Mick Jagger to actually have a moment with.
Yeah.
And obviously, I guess, yeah, Bernie Taupin win. I mean, I'm assuming that they've already all won it before for Lion King, haven't they? But
yeah. Second,
I'm more annoyed. I'm just more annoyed that they've got Mick Jagger to present such a shambolic win.
Yeah. Okay, how are our predictions doing so far? I feel like we're pretty even, right?
I think so. Let me update. Let's have a look. There's still so many awards for them to present, you know. Did someone just do a Rolling Stones? Okay.
We still got 2 more Shorts awards.
I think. Let me just double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so people watching at home, this is where we're at the moment. 8, 7. I think they presented 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We basically, none of us got editing and none of us got animated short. I think that's it. The only double knockouts, isn't it? They've presented 10 Oscars.
Editing and animated short, yeah.
Fucking hell. Tayte, it's going to be 4 hours long, that's right. Oh, God, sorry.
Let me just have a look. I'm still here. So apart from the shorts categories, I think Anora's winning Best Picture here, so he could actually end up even. It comes down to the shorts. It actually comes down to the shorts, which means we probably will end up even.
Sorry, I'm watching this cat staring at me. Oh,
Because
get off the
Anora's winning Best
stage.
Picture now. That's
They're just Emilia. They're milking Emilia Paris. Just get them off.
I feel like they're milking it
They
because
just
they know
need to
they're not
play
gonna
them
win
off.
anything else. This is the last award of the night that they're going to get.
The crowd don't look happy at all.
No.
Oh, fuck off. Selena go. Oh, okay. She's not singing. Sorry.
I see a
She's
lot of
presenting.
people not clapping for that, which is quite funny.
Dan Warren for the 16th time. It's the, well, there goes that dream. I mean, 16 nominations without a win.
Well, they've won in 2 categories where the director doesn't get the award.
3 Bond musical numbers, Margaret Qualley dancing, anything to keep Emilia Paris off the stage. That's actually true, though, isn't it?
So it is.
I can't believe some of these. Yeah, the Emilia Paris stuff is. So the production designer on Wicked had worked on the Dark Knight trilogy, Wonka, Into the Greatest Showman, Tenet, and this is his first win for Wicked.
Wow.
God, the ITV panel was so bad. I was just trying to. So Anora's won 2, Wicked's won 2, Emilia Paris has won 2, right? I just can't believe we've got 13. Conclave's won 1. I can't believe we've got so. I think this is going to end at 4 o'clock, Tate. They cut the 5 songs and it's still going to be longer.
You say that, it's going to end at 5 o'clock for me, and then I've got to wake up in like 2 hours' time. I'm so glad I managed to get some sleep before.
I was proper crashed out yesterday. I did record the Drive to Survive review.
Oh.
If you want any gossip, just ask. The review embargo is technically tonight now, but it's a documentary on a Formula 1 season from 3 months ago. Like, what the fuck is there that can't be leaked? Do you know what I mean? It does have Christian Horner getting his text messages leaked for the world to see.
Juicy.
Oh, that's a bit dramatic.
We just had an Alien Earth teaser.
Oh, the TVs. I don't really get
There
that.
you go,
It's the
Josh.
first ever alien thing. Huh?
Very, not even like a full trailer, like literally just the tiniest teaser.
30-second spot.
Just a spaceship. Not even that, like a 15-second spot, like a spaceship crashing.
Ugh.
That was it. Please tell me rattling through, please.
John Lithgow is now just the meme reaction to things. Oh, sandworm jokes. Okay, I listen. I love Dune, but please, can we get on with the presenting, please? Then maybe they're going to make this on purpose. So he just called him Samuel M. Jackson. Did you get the wrong around?
He did.
Is that a joke or something about?
No idea. Were they presenting?
Do you think there'll be a Drake joke?
They do all the research, they create powerful stories, and I get to impress everyone at the parties.
Oh, exactly. I mean, it's like being the person in a group project that did nothing but gets the A. So that's why we're both here. So let's basically stop. Here are the nominees for best documentary short film.
Best documentary short. Okay. I Am Ready,
This
Warden.
is weird, but they're doing so.
You have Only Girl in the Orchestra.
They're doing short first here. They're doing short
Oh
here.
no, I made a joke about what I
First.
picked. I've just clocked it to film about bloody getting death row. Fuck's sake, I'm such an idiot stuff like that.
Mm.
I was like, I picked I Am Warden because it sounds great and it's a death row film.
Mm-hmm. I picked the Netflix film.
That's just probably a smart bet if I'm honest. Smart bet.
And I was right to pick the Netflix film.
When I was getting the posters, I did clock fucking humongous Netflix logo.
Always bet on the streamers for this shit. If you don't recognize the film, bet on the streamer.
Let me just
No, what I was going to say is they did best animated feature first, then animated short. But this time around, they're doing best documentary
Swap it around,
short first, then documentary feature. I think, but they should have probably done best animated short first, then animated feature.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel.
with you. I mean, fair play to Netflix for picking up shorts, but is this going to be me being rude about having seen any of it? Netflix just strike me as they just want to buy all the shorts on the off chance that one of them wins.
They
Like,
won best
you know,
live
the
action
bidding war
short
type
last
stuff.
year with Wes Anderson, didn't they? So
But that's different
like,
though, because that was
it's one of
Wes
those where it's
Anderson.
like-
Wes Anderson doing shorts, and it was
Yeah.
Roald Dahl who Netflix bought the rights to, didn't they? His like entire work.
Yeah, exactly. But
But
maybe
they
that
need
was
to
a
be doing
springboard
more of
for it.
them.
Netflix have won a few shorts. They've won a few shorts. I think Wes Anderson said he was going to do a second collection. Like, I don't know if I read that somewhere or something like that he was looking at not
No,
doing
I-
Roald Dahl, but he was looking at doing more
Shorts
short-based
again,
films. I don't know what his next film is actually, Wes Anderson, but
I think it's coming out this year.
I know that he was
definitely
looking at
feel
doing
like-
more shorts.
Is it the Margot Robbie one?
Maybe he
Okay,
should have won
documentary
for
feature.
Grand Budapest. I'm sorry, he should have won for Grand Budapest. That's his magnum opus, right there.
Documentary feature. Both got No Other Land.
Yeah, I've got No Other Land as well.
I mean, if it doesn't win, that's going to cause fucking lot of shit, I think.
Oh, it will.
It's getting very loud cheers. They should just cut to Gal Gadot. Also, because Rachel Zegler is very pro-Palestine, and obviously Gal Gadot's like a Zionist, so
Yeah.
it's that marketing is going to be carnage for that when that film happens.
Yeah. Although I've heard interesting things about the Porcelain War. I've heard it's meant to be very good.
A very loud cheer for Sugarcane. I don't know. Again, I don't really. The documentaries I watch tend to be ones about big names.
Mm. Yeah, it had to. It had to.
A lot of people doing standing
Least
ovations for No
controversial thing on the
Lands.
night. Mm.
A lot of people on their feet. Guy Pearce is right. Obviously, Guy Pearce is very. That's a statement, isn't it? Certain people sat down. Certain people, obviously, most of them on their feet.
Yeah. That's pretty much the whole room stood up with a few sat down. Dare I say, and this is apart from films like Emilia Perez, where of course there's controversy behind it and stuff like that, but it's understandable the controversy because it's very clean cut. Whoever wins an Oscar should probably stand up. I mean, it's an award ceremony. Like,
I think the issue. Bloody hell! Sorry, there's a cat. What are you doing? Bloody hell! Not a phone up my hand. No, I'm with. The problem is they'd be then getting up 23 times. I'd rather they just got up for like the one or two. What are you up to? Sorry, he's a bit shy. What's up?
we have our
I
third
think
host
because
for
they
the
normally.
evening.
Oh no, but don't press end stream though. Yeah. I think it's because they're probably normally asleep. Like I never sit in here because obviously like the table is a cat bed basically.
Yeah. If I was to show you the room I was in right now, we're currently going through the Austrian Festival of Fasching, or Carnival, which I actually celebrate because Tuesday is Shrove Tuesday, start of Lent. They celebrate it by dressing up and drinking. Yeah,
it's better than
dressing
just
up and
doing
drinking.
pancakes.
So the entire table I'm on, the table I'm on right now is filled. I'll actually show you. Hold on. I'll give you a bit of an insight into the room I'm in. Filled with beers and wine glasses and various different things across the entire room. So, a bit of a crazy night last night.
At least it hasn't stemmed over into like tonight being the same day.
Yeah, I was going to say. Well, thankfully, this isn't the biggest party night. The biggest party night comes tomorrow. No, the day after tomorrow, on Tuesday. Oh, that is tomorrow. It's already Monday here. I'm going to get some good sleep tonight, and then Tuesday is... Okay, at the next ad break, I might take the first opportunity to go to the toilet.
Toilet break.
I mean, we're almost 2.5 hours in. I feel like that would last me to the end.
I can't wait for ITV to give their thoughts about this documentary, saying that it was like a disgrace or something.
Or them turning around and going, "Oh, we can't be political about it, so we're going to have to remain neutral in the subject."
But this is it, because obviously Christopher Reeves won BAFTA for Best Documentary, which was a phenomenal documentary.
What's Rami Malek in? Sorry, that we've gone to an ad break.
Oh, is it the? Oh, is this awful?
Rami Malek and Lawrence Fishburne.
It begins with A. It doesn't look very good.
The Amateur.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'm taking this opportunity.
It's a trailer that gives the whole film away.
Not one-sided, but just very, very profoundly illustrative in the story it tells. You know, it opens with his family's home being demolished by these bulldozers coming up the road. It's like a scene from Dune, but it's real life. And, you know, I think the thing that's really important about this film is the relationship that develops between the Palestinian man and the Jewish journalist, and the friendship that develops between them, and the kind of cooperation that they go about in a very minor way. When you look at it and you think on a bigger scale, on a bigger canvas, that's the only solution that there is. And you know, not wanting to be political about it, but when you watch a film like this, it's absolutely based in reality. You know, you can't think that there is another way than equal cooperation. And it's beautiful to see their relationship and the strength they give each other and the support they give each other. And it's what the documentaries do best. You know, it gives you a totally true glimpse of a world that you can't see, particularly
a reality that has been sensationalized or kind of like fighting in any way just to make kind of public. But what's interesting is the speech that I was saying, we've been waiting to see whether it would be good. The speech that was this speech, I guess. Well, what was interesting was it was delivered as a personal statement, and the two men were there on stage, so it didn't seem like a grand gesture.
A lot of people terrorizing Emilia Paris. That's the consensus since the last break. The code and joke I missed. Are you ready? We're halfway through the show, so it's time to call out Kendrick to come out and call Drake a paedophile. I missed him saying that. So at Elimination Chamber last night, you ready for this? Drake was, you know how like a wrestling, I know you don't watch it, but you know like when the celebrities in the crowd, they show celebrities in the crowd. Like they make it a big ordeal to say the celebrities here. Drake was row one behind the commentators, and they did not say once he was in attendance at the event because they knew, I guess, if he did, they'd have all probably booed him in the arena.
Yeah.
Apparently, the ITV person's criticised Wicked, saying it shouldn't have been best production design because it had some CGI. That's literally not how production design works.
No.
People criticising someone, everyone saying name and shame the actors who sat down when Neverland won. Neverland now has more Oscar wins than it does distribution offers from America.
There has been a new Doctor Who trailer, apparently.
Oh, it came yesterday, didn't it?
No, it came 8 hours ago, yes. Have you seen that Alan Cummins is playing a cartoon character come to life, like in the Doctor Who universe?
Who is Goldeneye? Was Alan Cumming? Alan Cumming?
Alan Cummins, as in
yes, I'd seen that. Goldeneye Alan Cumming. Yeah. Have you seen all these nonsense rumors that I know it's the Daily Mail, which says it all. It's like Disney are cutting the funding for Doctor Who. It's like no, like they're on a 2-season order, but they just haven't officially greenlit season 3, which they're obviously going to do when season 2's done.
Well, apparently it's been one of the highest rated shows on Disney Plus, hasn't it? As in, like they've gotten a lot of views.
And also the Americans who Disney who paid for this, they want Doctor Who on Disney Plus, which it is. The viewing numbers are down on BBC because everyone's watching it on iPlayer because it goes on iPlayer first, like a day in advance, doesn't it? Or like, is it like the midnight before or something stupid?
Yeah. Well, now it's going to be 8 o'clock in the morning,
which is a little bit better, but it's still stupid. But it just goes to show
it's very stupid.
TV
but I'll be perfectly honest.
I
think the reason why was because I don't think they understood it, because people were probably seeing the midnight premiere, not watching that, and then waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning and watching it. And now they've gone, so people want to watch it at 8 o'clock in the morning. No, we only watched it then because it was released at midnight. If you release it at 7 o'clock in the evening, UK coverage, and then that goes worldwide,
everyone's
American audiences, they can watch it on streaming, like British audiences, British show. Yeah.
And 8 a.m. here is Midnight America, which basically just means they press the button and it launches. Like,
exactly. What is going on? Oh, LA stuff with the fires.
I understand doing this because I know that obviously, like most of these people.
And I'm talking about the producers of Joker 2.
What?
Just keep watching.
Chalamet learn how to sing. In fact, his singing was so good, he almost walked the park.
I like this.
Finally, Pasadena Fire Department Captain Jody Slick.
It's great to be back with Conan. Usually when he calls, he's stuck in a tree.
Okay. It's happened twice. Thank you to our Greater Los Angeles Fire.
That joke too is good. That's a good joke.
Okay, next one. Come on.
They're known as kilometers and kilometry. Please welcome Miles Teller and Miley Cyrus.
Such a weird combo.
I mean, I'm loving the Top Gun 2 like alumni that are just starting to have really good careers everywhere.
Has Miles Teller ever been nominated for an Oscar?
Was he for Whiplash? He must have been nominated for Whiplash. For actor.
I don't think he was nominated for Whiplash. That was a stacked year, remember? That was the same year as Grand Budapest, Interstellar,
But he
whatever
surely
won
got.
in the end. I can't even remember what won that year. What
He
that
surely
year?
had lead actor
2014?
nomination.
Was that? No, 2015 was Shape of Water. What was 2014? It's going to kill me now. Hold on.
I don't know what award they're presenting. Is it Best Sound? Do you know what award this is?
No idea.
It says Dune, so I'm assuming that's sound.
Sound.
I think it's sound because it's now Emilia Perez. If it's sound, we've both gone for Dune.
Oh yeah, Dune should win it.
The Wild Robot. What the?
Is it best? Yeah,
It is Best Sound.
Sound.
We both did Dune.
And the Oscar goes to Dune Part 2.
Makes sense. So, 2015 Oscars. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne won for Theory of Everything. Steve Carell was nominated for Foxcatcher. Bradley Cooper for American Sniper. Benedict Cumberbatch for Imitation Game. And Michael Keaton for Birdman. No nomination.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? For Ralph Fiennes in Grand Budapest.
Oh, I know that. That's what something.
No
people picked
nomination
up
for
about.
Ralph Fiennes in Grand Budapest.
He was nominated for BAFTA, wasn't he, as well?
But like, yeah, ridiculous. But that was a stacked Oscar year.
Are you ready for
really
my?
stacked Oscar year? Go on.
If Dune wins the 2 Oscars, we think it's going to win tonight, right? I just want to make sure that I get this right. Hold on. Okay. Give me one sec. There's a bit of, I guess, we'll both know what we mean when I say this out loud.
Mm-hmm.
If Dune wins 2 tonight, which is halfway there,
Mm-hmm.
it would only need to win 9 for Messiah. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. If Dune Messiah won 9, it would equal Lord of the Rings, trilogy-wise.
Beat out Lord of the Rings.
So Lord of the Rings, it won 14 for Return of the King, right? But the first 2 only won 3 between them.
What film franchise? What film franchises won the most Oscars then? Is it Lord of the Rings
I
or is
still
it
think Lord of
something
the
else?
Rings.
Like
7. I mean, technically, Lord of the Rings, you could say 17 across 3, but you could also say 17 across 6, because I think The Hobbit won nothing.
hilarious. They just got played
here
out
comes Gal Gadot.
hard. As in, like, I'm telling you now, they cut the mic and just played them off really hard.
Gal Gadot's coming out. Yeesh. Oh, it's because visual effects is next. Oh, well, we wonder what's going to win.
there wasn't many big applause for them coming out.
No one likes Gal Gadot, do they? Not even political aside, she can't act. I love that Alien got a nomination. Dune's surely winning visual effects. Like, it's incomparable.
Yeah, should do, yeah.
Lots of cheers whenever Dune's got a highlight as well.
I still haven't seen Better Man, but I've heard very good things about it. I will watch
Same.
it this month.
I know it's a visual effect. It is a render. So it's Weta, who obviously did Apes.
Mhm.
It is a rendered ape from the
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes films, which they basically were given to do. For me, okay, 2 for 2 for Dune. So
Makes sense.
Dune Messiah needs 9 Oscars to defeat Lord of the Rings. If that ever happened,
Will it get 9? Will it get 9?
probably not, because they'll be like, "Oh no, we've changed our rules. You can't do this." I do think
It will sweep the technicals. It will sweep the technicals, but it's
if it's good, I think it would win film, director, supporting
Editing?
actress, and actor.
Cinematography.
I think it could win some big ones. If Shyamalan gets to act properly, granted this is like 2 years away.
If score is actually allowed, if score's
this is
allowed,
what's-
if the score's slightly different,
it's just, I know I'm speculating years away, but I'm sad that I would like.
Yeah.
The first one won 6, the second one's won
we
2.
both had Dune, by the way, for this category, right? We both had Dune
Yeah,
for this, right?
yeah.
We both put down Dune
Yeah.
for both of these.
Imagine
Yeah.
not putting Dune
That's
for
fine.
visual effects. I'm sorry, but again, if Dune had come out later on in the year,
I mean, I'd say Kingdom was good. I really enjoyed Kingdom, to be fair.
if you look
I
at
know
how
it's
the
been
8
forgotten
films are
this year,
lost,
but I really enjoyed it.
Dawn lost to Interstellar, which is understandable. War of the Planet of the Apes, I'm pretty
That's
sure lost to
understandable.
another mega. The Planet of the Apes has been really lucky. They've actually come out in years where there's been incredible films.
What year was War out? War was out same
War
year as
2017.
was it out the same year as a Star Wars film or something?
I don't think Star Wars won any for VFX ones.
Did
If
Last
this
Jedi
cuts
not
to
win?
break, no, none of them. Disney's not won a single Oscar with Star Wars. I don't think any Star Wars ones won an Oscar since A New Hope.
So that was 2017, so it would have been 2018 Oscars.
Okay, I'm going for a tactical this. I shall be back.
No worries. And whilst you're gone, I'm going to search up the 90th Academy Awards to see what won Best Visual Effects that year. Shape of Water would have won. That's interesting. Just seeing what was there. I will see if War was nominated that year. Let's have a look. Because I'm sure there has to have been a different film that was possibly nominated for Best Visual Effects. Design, makeup, hairstyling, film editing. Yeah, that would have won it. That would have won it, 100%. What else was nominated that year? So the winner of that one against War of the Planet of the Apes was Blade Runner 2049. It was up against Last Jedi. It was up against Kong Skull Island. It was against Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And yeah, of course it won. Forgot that First Man won. That's crazy. First Man won over Ready Player One, Solo, and Infinity War in 2018. 1917 won the year after. interesting. Yeah, no, Blade Runner 2049 absolutely does win, if that was the case. So anyone who's still tuned in, anyone who is watching this on playback, tell us your thoughts on the evening so far. Our predictions seem to be going reasonably well. It seems to be going with trend, although I do think Anora is now going to win Best Picture. But apart from that, everything seems to be pretty normal. Like, no shocks or anything like that so far on the night, other than, I guess, Flow winning Best Animated Feature. That's probably the biggest shock of the night, as it wasn't the favorite going into it, but it did have a lot of momentum. But it'd be interesting to see what other people think on the different awards for the night. I'm very happy that Flow won, by the way. Very happy, to the point where I do kind of want to do a Flow review, like a full review of Flow at some point, just because it won. I'm definitely going to rewatch it at some point in the next month or so, because it is a fantastic film. But George, I have the winner of Best Visual Effects. I have the winner of Best Visual Effects over War of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, so 2017. So
It's a big one.
2017.
Of course it was. Last Jedi was nominated, by the way. Same year.
2017. Civil War was 2016. 2017. It wasn't Lion King. That was the year after, wasn't it?
Lion King never won or anything like that for
Jungle
visual
Book?
effects. No.
What was it? Tell me. I'm going to annoy myself. It wasn't Dunkirk.
Well, it's Denis. It's Denis.
Oh, Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's fair enough.
And then the year after, First Man won, which is like, whoa. Like, won over various different things, including Infinity War and like
First Man
Solo.
looked amazing.
It did look amazing. I haven't gone back to watch it.
Do I still find it amusing that the Robbie Williams film flopped? I've heard it's great, but Take That is all over Anora, which is, it could end up winning Best Picture, which is a sort of middle finger to Robbie still.
I know. It flopped, but I think it flopped as almost like a meme, because the Americans were like, "We don't know who Robbie
They just
Williams
don't know
is."
who he is.
Yeah, it seems to be
Because they
getting
don't
really
know who
good
he
reviews.
is. The monkey.
It's
then
getting
doesn't
really good
help
reviews.
people.
No, it doesn't. Okay, why is Anna de Armas presenting the next award?
Live action short. We both have The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent.
Okay.
So I've just stoked up a few people saying that Messiah really needs 9 Oscars to eclipse Lord of the Rings. Oh man, we have stories about why that would be funnier for us than most people, don't we?
What tools would they be presenting here? Live action short, what would that pair up with?
What do you mean live action short? Maybe international?
As in, like, possibly?
I mean, if we have a look at what's left, we've got live action short, international, score, cinematography, then the 2 actings, and then picture director.
Oh,
I missed it. Sorry.
I don't think it didn't
I
win.
don't have a clue what won.
Our pick didn't win.
What did win?
I'll tell us in a sec.
I'm Not a Robot. Sorry, that's what I went. I went for the logic
That was
that
my
Wild
second
Robot.
pick.
I thought like Wild Robot would win, so another one called Robot won't.
Oh, I'm Not a Robot was one of the only 2 nominations I'd actually heard of, and it was the only one which actually had buzz around it, other than The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. So, yeah, it was the second pick, basically.
God, they flew through those nominations, though. That was not normal. Like, we normally get like 20, 30 seconds, but then they were already on the stage.
Yeah. And they're probably going to play them off because they probably are restricting on time.
Especially for a short.
How many awards left? It's just the
1, 2,
major
3,
ones,
4,
really, isn't it?
5, 6,
International.
7 now. Why does it feel like it's suddenly flown? 7 to go now.
Because they've been rattling through them. They've been doing 2 awards at a time and not really cutting to an ad break that often.
And they've stopped the
But we still got In
numbers.
Memoriam.
Oh, that.
We saw
What do you
it
reckon?
more.
Maybe they'll do Memoriam before the big four, or maybe they'll do it now because everyone's just walked off together.
I think
Morgan Freeman's coming out.
it'd be too early for him.
What are your
I feel.
This is a bit morbid. What are your thoughts on all of this stuff that's gone down with
Oh, Morgan Freeman's out, and he's not.
Yeah, I was
He's not
about to
got
talk
a
about Gene
thing.
Hackman. He's not got hair.
Hmm.
I'm going to guess they're doing a memoriam, but it was too short notice to add him into the montage.
Possibly.
It's very peculiar what's happened. I think this will be. It will be a
it's very
combination of. It'll be a combination of the fact he's a legend, but also it is so late in the week for them. They'd have had the video part locked in, wouldn't they, for about like a week or two? And I don't want to. This sounds awful because I'm not comparing it, but it feels very Chris Benoit. You know who that is, right?
Mm.
Chris Benoit was the wrestler that killed his wife and son, which isn't comparable, but it was they did the celebration and then found out a week later what had actually happened. And I think they have to be really careful with the Gene Hackman stuff. Not to compare it to that, but because we don't know what actually happened, I think they have to be really careful, if that makes sense, for these sorts of things.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be very quiet because Memoriam starts. I'm just going to mute my thing.
Yeah, I'm going to mute the in memoriam and turn up my stream.
I'm really not sure about the choice of Mozart, a song that
Very
sounds like an
interesting choice
impending.
from that. Yeah.
It sounds more like an impending doom
Impending
than an in
doom.
memoriam.
Yeah, it did. It was a very interesting choice. I mean, it's better than the Somewhere Over the Rainbow they had sped up a few years ago, but you know.
The awful one where they had, oh god, what's her name? From Jamie Lee Curtis holding the dog.
Yeah. Oh, the ballerina, forgot that thing out. Trailers.
Oh, god,
Yeah,
that June doesn't
shitty
it?
production, but yeah. I mean, it could be
God,
good, but the
ITV
production just
awful.
seems so. The production for it just seems like a fucking shit show. Yeah, they just got adverts on at the moment. I'm confident we're going to finish in the next 40 minutes.
I think 3:30 is a safe bet still.
Now we've got 7. 3:30 is a safe bet. I think that would run about where it did for most years we've doing it. Unless they really drag out the final hour, which I doubt they will. It just sounds like a really horrific argument from your end of the team. Put it down a bit.
They're just, I've just zoned them out. They're just crap. It seems like they've turned the volume up because they weren't this loud earlier.
I was going to say,
I just
like,
also it's a bit strange on the in memoriam to be like zoomed out really fast, so you couldn't read some of the people's like job titles.
and then weirdly the orchestra opens up to have them on the bigger screen, then closes again. It's a bit of a interesting thing. Now, speaking of earlier sports documentaries, I haven't seen the Jurgen Klopp one yet.
Oh god, did they actually release it at the end?
They did.
This is the embarrassing one where they documented the last 6 months of Liverpool when it fell apart. That one, or is it different?
It is, but it's very interesting. It's very interesting insights because, of course, every Liverpool fan thought Pep Linders was going to take over. Apparently, there was a fair amount of arguments between him and Klopp, which is why he didn't.
I thought everyone thought that
we all thought he was going to take
Alonso
over.
was taking over.
Before Klopp and Hyman, it felt like Pep Linders was being groomed for it.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
7 awards left, their website says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the same. I've got our predictions on the screen, on the overlays on StreamYard. So I'm counting it down based on me deleting our predictions. And then ITV's got a giant board that says 7.
I'm assuming the 7 are actor, actress, director, cinematography, international feature, best film, and there's one more.
Score.
Got it at the same time. Okay, back in the room.
It feels weird like the Brutalist isn't actually going to win anything. Could you imagine if Shyamalan wins?
Dare I say it was one of the best films.
It's like it just ran out of steam really early.
But it's weird because it's such a fantastic
Golden Globes
film
it was like cruising. Golden Globes it was cruising.
Yeah.
After it was almost sweeping, and then when the film went to Conclave, it sort of won nothing since.
Correct. It'll win for
Big Dave's here.
I don't think it'll win for anything else, which is crazy.
Big Dave. God, Big Dave's not big anymore, is he?
No.
Cinematography. Oh, they're introducing their films.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dune's got better cinematography than Brutalist, but Brutalist is winning this. We've both picked Brutalist for cinematography, which is very fair.
Yeah. Oh well, Brutalist
It
might win
basically,
too. Brutalist might win too. Then Brutalist cinematography is gorgeous. So I described the Brutalist when watching it as like the first half is the American dream and the second half is like the
Yeah.
American nightmare. Would you say that's
not the American Nightmare Code Rose, but it's very much the fake ideology of
Yeah.
America, isn't it? And it's nice to get it like
Yeah.
post-war too, and not 1920s. I love that Nosferatu's got
War II.
recognition here.
Yeah.
I mean, Maria was a big heavyweight favourite a while ago, and then it died before the awards. But this has picked up a lot of cinematography wins.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's going to be a Quincy Jones tribute.
Okay. I can get behind that. He produced a lot of artists and songs. I don't believe Emilia Parrish should be nominated for cinematography. I thought the cinematography was crap.
Same. It seems to be the thing of the night.
Greg, you want an Oscar for Dune? But if the story was going to evolve in part two, the visual would also have to evolve. When you stepped up to the challenge, using your knowledgeable and sophisticated eye to explore new techniques, but perhaps even more impressive, how that held it from someone right in the sandbox. Greg, I'm just in awe of what you do.
Go on, Willem.
Do you believe that Batista's got a Oscar nomination in him?
Yes, in the right film. It doesn't need to be a wrestling one, but if let's say the wrestler was never made, the Mickey Rourke one, Batista wins. It wouldn't happen though.
Yeah.
But I think if the right role comes for him one day, I think he's got it in him to get a nomination within the industry.
I feel like he's the most respected actor out of the wrestlers at the moment, isn't he? I know that Cena does a lot of work, but I feel like he's the most respected.
I think the fact he's done 3 Denis Villeneuve films, Ryan Johnson, Batista's made the jump into like films. I think Cena has the potential to do it, but John Cena is in that. I know Peacemaker's really good, but Cena's in that comedy zone.
He's more of a comedy.
That he can do drama, but I think John Cena is too recognizable as a wrestler. I know that's very dumb to say when Batista's there. If you look at when The Rock was in wrestling in like the early noughties, right, he wasn't as big as in like his arms, his face, his body as he is now. I think Dave's almost got smaller. Yeah, sorry, I should have said that. Dave Batista's almost got smaller than when he was a wrestler.
Yeah, he's looking very slim and chic at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, like he doesn't need to have the wrestling physique. He's still obviously big, but he looks more natural. Whereas The Rock is still like juiced up.
I'd say even you could see it straight away. Like in his role in 2049, the small role that it was, he showed off his acting. He showed off his physicality, of course, but it's one of the most memorable scenes. Like Sapper and like all of that.
Look at him there. Film. Look at Dave in the background there. Like he's in a suit, and if you looked at everyone on that stage, you wouldn't think he's a wrestler. Whereas The Rock's like always like ripping out of his suits, like he's because Batista was like 6'4", like he was huge, but because he isn't showing it in the body as I mean, I guess now he doesn't need to do Dune or Guardians. Look, he can just I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone always fan cast him for
I'm just thinking
Hugo
now.
Strange, and I see it.
Yeah. I'm thinking now. Are you ready for this?
International
Because
effects, by the way.
The second
I'll
pick
just say
for the second pick for best director is Brutalist, isn't it? Brady Corbet. So
yeah, and he's won it at most
if it
places. I
wins
don't
best
think Sean Baker's been winning
director-
director. But
he
this is-
has.
I don't think Sean Baker's won director a
If
lot.
the
I think he's
Brutalist
been
wins-
picking up the others.
Think about it. It's won for best cinematography. It's probably going to win for best score, and it will probably win for best actor. If it picks up director, it could shock and take.
This is why BAFTA was weird, because it won everything at BAFTA but film. But
Here we
then
go.
at the
This
awards
is-
since,
I just want to hear.
I
What
mean,
the
I've heard
cheer is
about the
like
seed of a
for,
sacred fig.
Emilia Perez when it comes on. Not a big cheer for Emilia Perez. Just saying. They're rattling through this fast. Jesus.
No, Emilia Perez. Everyone's excited.
Deserved. Deserved. I'll be honest, I would have been happy if Flo won as well. But yeah, as long as Emilia Perez didn't win, it was fine.
It's
Wow,
the
that film
everyone's
really lost all of its momentum, didn't it?
everyone's been sharing the general hucks all week. Like, when I say all week, sorry, all Oscar season. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care
yeah.
what wins.
I don't
just
care
need
who
Emilia
wins
Perez
as
to
long as
lose.
Emilia Perez loses. Yeah.
I think the most insulting thing about Emilia Perez is that the scandal proved that they weren't voting for it because it was a good film. That's all that scandal proved.
Yeah.
Which is more embarrassing of the Oscars than anything else. It was embarrassing. It got
It
13
is
to
more
begin
embarrassing.
with, and it wins 2. One of them because people like the actress. The other one because there's no other good songs this year.
No.
They need to do best. Oh, okay. I bet they'll do best score with the Quincy Jones tribute.
Yeah, that's a good
makes
shout,
sense,
actually. That makes sense, yeah.
Because it's now actor, actress, director, picture, score.
Actor, actress, yeah. Those are the 5. So
Oh,
scores
they're
next.
playing him off. That's a bit unfair.
They went, dare I say, for an award such as Best International Feature,
Well, this is it. Give him
they're not giving it much
benefit of the
time, are
doubt.
they? Do I say, how about this? Do we think that they went through it fast just because they thought there's a chance that Emilia Perez could win it and they just wanted to get it off the stage quickly? Gave it no time slot.
Oh, that's good. Could be.
Because usually, I swear, that last year, Zone of Interest got given so much time.
They did play off Glazer, but he spoke over it, didn't he? He wasn't bothered. But I kind of
he
respect
made
it.
political statements, didn't he? Big political statements were made.
And he was one of the first to start doing it
Fair play to him.
compared to now.
Yeah. Do you know what? If I ever go to LA, I will probably visit the museum.
Would you visit? You're on
The
different
Academy
adverts to
Museum.
me.
They're just making an advert. for
Oh,
it.
the museum. Yeah, that I would
Yeah.
get to. That opened during COVID, didn't it? It
I'd
makes
go for
sense.
that.
That's one of the things you'd want to do. I'd wait till the George Lucas Museum opens as well. That's going to be mental. He's basically
They've apparently got a Jaws. They've got a Jaws exhibit on
They
at
got
the
the
moment
shark.
in there, which you would absolutely love. You'd love that, wouldn't you?
Spielberg, when it opened, the main advertising was the shoes from The Wizard of Oz and the shark from Jaws. But I'm pretty sure I read something that Spielberg has if you ever win an Oscar, right? You know from NFL, players sell their rings when they're poor, don't they? Or I guess generations ago players do.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's now a thing in for the Oscars
Charity
where
or something like that.
the by default, if you are skint and want to sell your Oscar, Steven Spielberg will buy it from you for the charity to protect them. So apparently Spielberg spent like decades buying like Oscars off people that sold them historically to put them into museums and stuff like that. Because when I was at Pioneer before, in the hallways would be like BAFTAs like that, BAFTAs, Oscars, because it was people that maybe sold it that would give it to a charity or a film museum or something like that, versus it being in some random collector's household who shouldn't really have it.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, the George Lucas, it's called like the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. But apparently he's been buying stuff for like 10, 15 years. It's not like just film things. It's like actual like art. Like it's going to have everything imaginable in there. But it looks like a giant Star Trek ship. But he spent like over $1 billion building it with his own money, which is mental.
Wow.
I mean, I think it's going to open next year, but that was one of the reasons he wanted to sell up Star Wars, was because he wanted to get the museum built. Didn't have to worry about running Lucasfilm.
Fair enough.
Do you think this is going to finish at 3:30, or do you reckon it'll be near 4:45?
Probably 1:45. I mean, they got 5 awards. I don't think they've got any more skits lined up, or too many more skits. But 5 awards. It'll be 2 awards ad break, 2 awards ad break, and then Best Picture.
Quincy Jones tribute with score, I reckon, will be next.
What would they do together? Score and what? Score and director?
No, I think it'll be score and Quincy Jones.
Okay. So you think
I think they'll
3
do
more ad
actor.
breaks? So you think
I think we're going to get
actress,
yeah,
director, picture, and then score on its own with Quincy Jones. Maybe one final skit thrown in.
Sorry, I was watching. I think we'll get film. I think the last will be film, second last director. Oh, do they ever do actor and actress back to back, or do they stagger them? Maybe director splits the actors.
I can't remember. I feel like no, they usually do best director straight before best picture, don't they? And then that one year where they did best picture and then did best
actor
stupidly. Ridiculous.
That was
whoever was planning that should have been fired on the spot. Fired beforehand. Ridiculous.
They've definitely steadied the ship last year and this year.
This has been not torturous. I'll put it that way. I know the ratings have gone down year on year, but
they need to modernise. If they want the ratings to go up, they've got to put it on Netflix or on YouTube, like Gaming Awards.
Well, YouTube was the one that people were talking about last year, wasn't it? That they were going to directly stream it on YouTube, or YouTube was going to buy the rights to it.
Well, it's like I don't watch the Game Awards, but they go on YouTube, right? So everyone can see them.
Yeah,
they get millions of people.
Nickel Boys was a fantastic film, but at the same time, it's...
I read it's the lowest grossing film ever to get a Best Picture nomination. Guess how much money it's made? $3 million.
Like 10 mil, something like that?
3 mil.
Shit.
Again, I think it sums up.
I'm Still Here, as far as American, how much money it's made, because I feel like that would be quite low as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let me have a look.
Domestic.
I'm Still Here. 30 mil. I reckon a good chunk of that's probably Brazil.
Brazilian population going nuts for that, yeah.
Highest grossing Brazilian film since COVID of $25 million.
Oh, Conan's just made a joke about Russia.
It's brought Hamill out. Because Harrison Ford's meant to present, but he's got shingles, so they swapped Harrison Ford for Mark Hamill. That's quite a fucking flex. You can just swap Harrison Ford for Mark Hamill.
That is a flex. Yeah.
I suggested they played the theme from Jaws, but what do I know? A great film score is timeless. It can immediately help define the characters and their moods, deepen the emotions of the film.
It looks well different to BAFTA. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Here are the nominees for original score.
As he ages, he looks more and more like Michael J. Fox.
Especially
He's got
with the
similar
shaved.
kind of facial style.
When he's clean shaven as well. Best score, we both got Brutalist. I mean, I wouldn't mind Conclave winning score.
Nah, Brutalist was best score here. I mean, Wild Robot had a decent score. I'll put it that way. But
Again, Emilia Perez with a fucking nomination.
I don't know how. Just because it's a musical, it gets nominated for score.
I don't. That pisses me off as well. I mean, Wild Robot had a nice score. But again, to me, this whole thing's embarrassing because there's no Dune.
And the Oscar goes to the Brutalist, Daniel.
Brutus wins.
Fantastic score. It's gone into my sauna playlist. So
It's the opening bit with when they get into New York as well. Like the whole opening sequence, it like
I've
sells
seen
the
a
dream.
lot of people talking about that one scene being one of the most defining scenes of cinema for the year. Like that shot of
And it's the
the Statue
opening
of Unity
scene.
upside down. Brilliant. Brilliant. Apart from best film, is there any predictions which we're going different?
I think we're equal. No, we're saying. Let me
What's the
bring them up.
predictions looking like?
I'm just checking I filled them all in.
Because we got different best film picks.
I think everything else is the same. Hold on. Yeah, we got director, actor, actress left, which were the same, and then best picture, which were different. Just checking there. We've had those. It's not bad. Potentially 17 out of 23. I'll take that. Or 16. I think it's 16. I mean, to be fair, imagine like Shyamalan and Mikey Madison win. There still could be some surprises, you know. Like, it's the SAGs. The SAGs have thrown everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sad they're playing them off like that. Especially for score, getting played off when you did score is quite, you know.
Imagine being played off by your own score. That would be brutal.
They wouldn't dare. This would be the
Obviously running
Quincy
out of time.
Jones. They wouldn't dare play off. Oh, if Shyamalan wins the best actor, imagine they played him off because he took too long. This is going to be the tribute, I think, to Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I think so as well.
When one hears the name Quincy
Yeah.
Jones, one
Yeah.
thought to musical genius, and for good reason. 28 Grammy Awards, arranger and conductor for legends like Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, and Ray Charles, and the driving force behind We Are the World. But the man, our beloved Q, had.
I wonder what they'll do. Do you think it was like a montage of his career, maybe? Or just we'll be talking?
Or they're going to orchestra play some of his stuff.
This is what I thought. Oh my god, we can get Justin Powers thing. Sorry, I'm not laughing at Christians. They're laughing at the. They said when they played off the Brutalist composer, he looked absolutely fucking fuming walking backstage.
I would be. It's your biggest moment of your career. You're given 10 seconds. That's awful. Especially when earlier on in the evening, some of the different awards were given so much more time. That's bad.
They had to play him off. He was about to demand that Harry Potter gives him the stone.
choose women tonight. Quincy was loved, lived out loud in Dune form, and he poured that love into others and into his work. My life changed forever and for the better after meeting him. He actually discovered me for The Color Purple, which was my first film.
Oh my god, someone put what Rachel Zegler should into Gal Gadot as that clip last year when they pushed a priest off a stage.
So tonight, we honor the true American legend whose music and movies continue to inspire us all. And now, with a song from The Wiz, one that carries the same joy he brought to the world every day, please welcome to the stage Oscar nominee, Queen Latifah!
I guess it's another link to Wicked. Isn't it? It's another link to Wicked.
Oh, is the Wiz of Oz?
Everything music this evening. Yeah, it's Michael Jackson's and Quincy Jones's version of The Wizard of Oz. Does that mean that every single musical number this evening is pretty, apart from the Bond ones, has been pretty much Wicked themed?
Wicked related. It's an ominous sign for next year. I'm telling you. The problem is I know nothing about musicals, so I hear this as just like... So bits of criticism for no Tony Todd in the In Memoriam, nor Michelle Trachtenberg, who died last week.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not going to be that guy, but I think a better tribute would have just been going through a couple of songs, as you said, for an orchestra than just reenacting a musical. Especially when they're playing off everyone and they've still got loads more stuff to do.
Mm. Every passing minute is looking closer to 4 hours.
Someone made a good point saying if Will Smith wasn't banned from the Oscars, he'd have probably been in the Quincy Jones tribute. Because I think he did the tribute at the Grammys, didn't he, as well?
Mm.
Okay, I reckon this is going to be done at 4:45. I guess we just got lucky last year that the clocks changed, didn't we? When did the clocks
Maybe.
change this year?
Not yet.
30th of March.
find
That
out.
feels like a whole month later.
Oh, that's
normal.
ages away. That's ages away.
Why was it so early last year then?
Because Easter's late this year. Easter's really late this year. Like I said, Carnival's normally in February.
Does the clocks have something to do with Easter?
Oh, another Alien Earth trailer.
trailer. So I was surprised not to see Hans Zimmer on it, but as Al was letting me go, if it was just too similar, the music to Dune or the soundtrack with Dune this time, it was too similar. So we could from that one. Exactly.
You think any more surprises possibly?
I think if there's going to be the next 4,
Do you think
They feel
Fernanda Torres could
locked
take
in.
Best Actress?
She won it at the Golden Globes, but I don't think there's any momentum with. I think the Globes was almost a win. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, she's won a Golden Globe.
Recognition
And I think in
alone.
Brazil, they're like worshipping
deserves to be
her
up
for
there.
the nomination.
Yeah.
Is Sebastian Stan even there? I haven't seen them show his face. I forgot he's nominated for The
I think
Apprentice.
I'm assuming he is because I feel like Adam Pearson's also there.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, but he's nominated for The Apprentice, not for Oh my god, sorry, I'm so lost of how
I know,
many
but I
man
feel like
films
Adam
there's been.
Pearson is there.
He is there. They've showed him, haven't
A
they?
different man.
Different man.
Yeah.
There's been a different man, a better man. There's been more man films in the last year or two. There's been a lot of man films. Like titles got man.
The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent, which we both thought was going to win Best Short.
Wolfman was out a month ago.
Yeah. I feel like now's probably a good time to plug our socials for anyone who's still tuned in.
Oh god. Oh, they're doing actor and director next.
Ooh.
That's interesting. So actor, director, actress, film. That feels a bit like a Demi Moore. You're going to get a closing speech with that being best film.
Mm.
I mean, I really did like Conclave.
Is this the last Best Picture nominee, or have they gone through? Are we missing?
This has to
like
be
one?
it by now, doesn't it? This has to be it.
We've had I'm Still Here. We've had Emilia Perez. We've had Anora. We've had Nickel Boys. We've had Dune.
They did Wicked near the start.
Conclave. Have they done Brutalist yet?
Yeah, they did that. They did the New York thing.
I think they've had everything.
That's got to be the last one out of the 10. Yeah, that's got to be the last one.
Has to be.
Oh, Cillian Murphy's here. Oh, the Oppenheimer theme. What a time to be alive. He probably does not want to be there either, which makes it all the better. Okay, best actor. We both have Brody.
Yeah. I mean, Coleman Domingo has been nominated 2 years in a row, which kind of puts him on the trajectory to winning one at some point, doesn't it?
He was very good as Norman Osborn in the new Spider-Man series. Very good series, actually, if I'm honest. One of Marvel's best TV shows.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can just tell Cillian just doesn't want to be there. Actually, that's interesting. Normally, actor presents the actress, but they've got the previous Best Actor winner to present the new Best Actor. Oh my god! If Adrian Brody wins, it's a Peaky Blinders reunion. The best series of Peaky Blinders. The best series was season 4.
It's a shame that he didn't present Best Supporting Actor because that would have been a Succession reunion.
Wait, Supporting actor? What do you mean?
Adrian Brody was in
Supporting actor?
Succession. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but like an episode or two. He was season 4 of Peaky Blinders. The best season is when the Italian gangsters came in, like the proper mafia came in, and he was the head of them, and he was so good. Has Ralph Fiennes been in a film with Cillian Murphy? Why do I feel like they've probably been in something, but they probably haven't? Oh my god, if Sebastian Stan, that'd be fucking mental as well. That'd be the most political win I've ever seen, which would be hilarious.
The Oscar goes to Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
I'm happy because I think it was the best performance. And if Timothy won, they'd just be showing the fucking Kardashian every 10 seconds.
Yeah, they would. Well, that's Brody's second Oscar.
So the fun stat, if Brody wins, which he has, he's still the youngest ever Best Actor winner. But if Timothy had won,
best youngest,
he took it.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with Adrian Brody is
from him,
he hasn't aged a day. He's always just looked old.
He hasn't. You have gum in his mouth or something?
I think so. I think he threw it to his wife.
I'm just going to listen to this.
Thank you for this blessed life. If I may just humbly begin by giving thanks for the tremendous outpouring of love that I felt from this world. Appreciation. I feel so fortunate. You know, acting is a very fragile profession. It looks very glamorous, and in certain moments it is, but the one thing that I've gained having the privilege to come back here is to have some perspective. And no matter where you are in your career, no matter what you've accomplished, it can all go away. And I think what makes this night most special is the awareness of that and the gratitude that I have to still do the work that I love. Winning an award like this is signifies a destination and something my character references in the film. But to me, it also, beyond the pinnacle of a career, it is a chance to begin again. And the opportunity to hopefully be fortunate enough for the next 20 years of my life that I can prove that I am worthy of such meaningful and important, relevant roles. I share this with my fellow nominees who are just wonderful human beings who exude grace and goodness and brilliance for their work. There's so many people to thank. I'll really try and be as brief as possible. I thank, of course, my team.
Still going.
And my many friends at CAA. And Lindsay Gowan had a 2 p.m. shot at 24. And Focus and Universal for believing in us. And Brady and Mona for what you've done for independent film and for your beautiful spirit and for giving me space to exist in this triumph of work. And my fellow cast, giant mystery. You're just brilliant and lovely. And I share this with you. I share this with my amazing partner, Georgina, who has not only reinvigorated my own self-worth, but my sense of value and my values. Beautiful children, Dash and India. I know it's been a roller coaster, but thank you for accepting me into your life. And Foxy's coming home a winner. And who else? And Judy Becker, the real Oslo talk, who deserves to be up here as well. And I'm wrapping up, please. And Judy Becker, the real Oslo talk, who deserves to be up here as well. And I'm wrapping up, please. I'm wrapping up. I am music on.
He's still going though. He's still going.
You know,
Play him out, please, again.
I'm oddly strong foundation. I have to thank my mom and dad who are here.
I can't believe you made them stop the music.
Just giving me the strength. Just such a strong foundation of respect. And I'm here once again.
He's still going.
Wonderful spirit. They've given me the strength to pursue this dream.
I bet the cinematography guy is fucking seething.
Traumas and the repercussions of war. I believe that systematic oppression and a healthier, anti-Semitism, more inclusive world, racism. I believe if the past repeated anything, it's your belief to not let hate trade a healthier, happier, and more inclusive world.
Right, what on earth is that clap?
Can I say that this entire
Oh my
time
God, they played them
Sebastian
off again. They
Stan's
played them
Donald
off
Trump has
again.
been in the background? Very quickly, Sebastian Stan's Donald Trump has been in the background this entire speech, which I find hilarious.
They're playing him off like they literally now have had enough. Like, get the fuck off, man. even Brady looks bored.
That is one of the longest Oscar speeches of all time, and dear God, there was some good stuff in there, but God, that was over too much, far too much.
Oh, this is unfair. You have Tarantino present Best Director, yet he's never won it.
That is a bit unfair. Can't wait for him to just drop the M-bomb midway through his presenting.
Yeah, he's off on one already.
Yeah. Do we think it's Sean Baker or Brady?
I think it's Sean Baker now. I think now he's won. The editing one's thrown it for me. That was a very quick montage.
Mm-hmm.
That trick. I mean, when I watched Nora in December for the first time, I really liked it. But I thought it was a defiant, like, I really liked
I never
this.
saw it as Best Picture.
This is what I was like. I was like, oh, it's got a bit of traction. It'll be really cool if it gets nominations, but I don't think it's like... I think what I said in that original review was... I don't think it's a traditional film to get nominations because of its subject matter.
But then you say that about like Everything Everywhere All at Once.
And
But
then it
dare
won
I
all
say,
of it and more.
As good as Anora is, I think 5 years' time, it's a regretful Best Picture win.
I don't know.
I think whether Dune Part 2 is seen as a better film, or if I see historically the Brutalist should have won it, or even
Dune
Conclave,
Part-
I feel like is a safer bet. But I feel like
when
this is
when,
such
when
a
the
big
Pope
race.
dies, when the Pope dies, Conclave will be the conversation, and that sounds really terrible. Every time a Pope dies, people are going to watch
But I
Conclave.
feel
It's
like
going to become a thing.
even now, I feel like the Brutalist is possibly going to have a better legacy than Anora, even if Anora wins Best Picture, which is weird to say that because it's an American
It's
epic.
a good. No,
It's
I'm
like
with you. It's a good.
one of the most recent.
I think
I
there's
just
two
don't
things
see
to come with
Anora,
it.
even if it wins Best Picture, as a Best Picture winner. In the same way that Nomadland hasn't really gone anywhere
Ooh, no,
since
that's
it won.
unfair. I think Mikey Madison
I'd say
is
it
going to be.
hasn't.
Mikey Madison's going to be high flying career
Should be
wise.
huge.
So that's where the Anora
Yeah.
stuff will come into it. Granted, it hasn't won Best Director. Well, sorry, it hasn't won Best Picture yet.
Correct. It will, though.
Oh, he's
At
going
this
in on
point,
theatrical
it will.
releases. He's going in on releasing film theatrically. He has my respect now. He's talking about taking Kiss to cinema.
Yeah. He's saying that about a film about prostitution, though.
Do we think Mikey Madison's going to win actress?
I think Demi's got it wrapped up.
I just, in my head, it's just a bit. Do you know what I said earlier? It's the whole like, if Anora wins everything but actress, when it's the actress that makes that film work.
Yeah.
They were
But
taking
Demi Moore
ITV
was,
taking the
is
piss
the
out of the
story
speech.
behind Demi Moore.
The best thing is this the Karen on
awards left?
ITV.
Or 2 awards. 2 awards left, right?
2
2 awards left.
picture and actress.
Actress and film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some kind of weird featurette on directors right now. Surprised this wasn't before the Best Director nomination, but okay.
That woman's fuming that Anora won director. This is the one that before the show was like, this film is not good. This film is offensive. This is some Karen crackpot on ITV.
Yeah.
It's the one with Jason Isaacs was like, well,
I've
my children that watched it had a different reaction to you. Maybe it's a generational thing. Which was him politely saying, like, shut the fuck up.
It deserved to win. It does deserve to win, but I still feel like The Brutalist was a better film.
Do you think the runtime would have put some voters
It's
off?
like, I feel like Dune.
Dune.
Maybe.
The problem with Dune is that it released
Dune's
in
a better
March.
directed film.
It is. They didn't nominate him for director.
Yeah.
If Dune had come out in November.
I mean, everything over at once was released in April, wasn't it, when it won?
But that was the thing, though. It got momentum. It released in April, but it released before the Oscars before, didn't it?
I think it first premiered before then, and then like worldwide release was later.
Yeah, no, you're right, because it was at South by Southwest, and then its proper theatrical run came a couple of months after, didn't it? And it had very strong word of mouth because it was getting sold out everywhere it was being screened at.
Yeah. So the big awards now, or 2 of the biggest. We got Best Film.
We've got Demi Moore. I don't know. I mean, if it's following the other awards ceremonies, Conclave could still win Best Film.
That would be crazy because it hasn't won many awards tonight.
I know, but it's how open this Oscar year is compared to other years.
And also, it's the way Oscar voting works for Best Picture, different to all the other categories.
Conclave
it is
would-
the least
Conclave would be
offensive. that
higher on the
wins.
ballot.
It would. Okay, for the last time, should we bring up the predictions?
Yes.
Collectively, we've done well.
Yeah, like, as always, it's always
We've
the
done
shorts
very
that
well
dictate
collectively.
it. It is much funner doing it like a few days before because we don't come across like idiots that have got like 10 out of 20. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are they going back to? I think they're going back to it now. Yeah, that Adrian Brody speech was fucking weird, man. I'm sorry, but that was very weird.
That was long.
It felt long, but it felt a bit.
Speech.
It just felt a bit meandering and
Rambling.
pointless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like thanking his mom and dad. I'm like, but you won an Oscar before.
Yeah.
I know she's doing it for fun, but I don't like Emma Stone's new hair.
What's the new film she's doing it for? Another Yorgos Lanthimos, I'm assuming.
Probably. Do you think they'll boo Carlos Vegascon if they put it on the camera?
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Or mute. They might do the whole muted clapping, like, or were they pumping
like the
clapping?
Sky Sport? A couple of claps.
Mm.
Okay, Demi Moore's are the most cheers off the camera clips.
Could be an upset if Fernando Torres wins it.
Can't be ruled out. She won the Golden Globe.
Correct.
And the Oscar goes to Mikey Mouse.
Wow.
I'm happy for her, man. I'm happy. She deserved it.
Wow, that's an upset. Wow. Wow. Wow.
She must
That's
be one of the
insane.
youngest. I wonder what the youngest actress winner
Yeah.
is. Granted, I know actresses
There'll
are
be,
younger by default.
Tatum O'Neill for Paper Moon, no? Or I know that what's her face? Haley Steinfeld, but that was supporting actress, wasn't it?
I'm just having a
True
quick.
Grit.
Marley Maitland won for Children of a Lesser God at the age of 21. Fucking hell.
Hold on, I'm just going to mute. I want to hear.
Staying in this room today is really incredible. Thank you, Neon, Film Nation, Universal. Thank you to my incredible family, my mom and my dad and my sister and my little brother and my twin brother, Miles. Thank you for being my best friend, not that you have a choice. Thank you, Sean Baker, Sammy Kwan, Alex Coco, Drew Daniels, Yua, Mark, Vache Karan. Thank you, Ann Woodward, Rachel Arlick, Nikki Fioravante, Rich, Dean, Dan, Don, Curry Ward. Thank you, Brighton Beach, for lending us your beautiful backdrop and incredible community. Also, thank you to Kendi Schneider. Thank you to our incredible consultants. I also just want to again recognize and honor the sex worker community. I will continue to support and be an ally. All of the incredible people, the women that I've had the privilege of meeting from that community has been one of the highlights of this entire incredible experience. I also just want to recognize the thoughtful, intelligent, beautiful, breathtaking work of my fellow nominees. I'm honored to be recognized alongside all of you. This is a dream come true. I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow. Thank you so much, Sean. I adore you. This is all because of you. Thank you.
To present tonight's final award, it's when Harry reunited with Sally. Please welcome Meg Ryan and the best Oscar host ever, Billy Crystal.
Well, that was shocking. That was shocking. Was not expecting that.
I'm glad we got a proper shock. I said to you though, like if
Yeah.
Anora's going to win everything, it has to win
Biggest
actress.
shock.
It'd be really...
Yeah.
No, Sky, don't do this. Sorry, it's going to put it into standby mode. So I'm not clicked anything.
Well, I think this is guaranteed now that Anora wins Best Film.
Imagine if Conclave wins it now.
That would be an even bigger shock. That would be ridiculous.
Let's just cut to the chase.
Because when you're going to be an Oscar winner for the rest of your life, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
So here are the nominees. Here are the 10 nominees for Best Picture. Anora, Alex Tocco, and The Brutalist, Nick Gordon, Brian Murray, and A Complete Unknown, Fred Berger, James Lee, and Alex Winter. Conclave, Tessa Ross, Julia Powell, and Michael A. Jackman.
Oh, could Conclave do it?
Dune, Part 2, Mary Parrott,
It might.
The New Dune. Emilia Perez, Pascal Costu, and Jacques Gouliot.
It has no momentum on the night, though. That's the thing. Whereas Anora has all the momentum.
It's just the voting pattern, isn't it?
Mm.
Assistants, Chloe Sarja and Tim Govan and Eric Sumner. Wicked, Mark Hart.
I mean, it's so rare for the SAG winners to not win the lead acting ones.
And the Oscar goes to
Mm.
they play us all.
Oh, maybe. Anora.
Well, there you go.
Wow, won 5 out of 6 nominations. That's pretty. Feels a bit
insane.
rare.
What's the only one that it didn't win? What's the only one it didn't win?
That's a good. That's a good one. Let's have a quick look.
Hmm.
And that means Anora's going to replace Oppenheimer as our best picture for the next year.
It will.
Okay, Academy. Picture, director, actor. Oh, supporting actor, of course. Personally, I don't think Yuri should have been
Supporting actor,
nominated.
yeah. I thought it was a good performance.
It was good. I don't know if it was Oscar caliber over people that lost out, if that makes sense. But he was very
It
good.
was a strong category that year, to be fair, this year.
She didn't want to get up here, but she knows that I would not be here without her. And we welcomed a child, a son, in October. The same week that we released Anora.
And that makes Sean Baker 4 Oscars in one night. So he gets a record as well, which we spoke about.
Wow.
An incredible
I mean, I really enjoyed the film. I'm really happy for it. I just didn't think
I'm
it's the
happy
type
for
of
it, I
film
just
that
don't
would
see
get
it.
recognition.
No.
It's very good on a rewatch.
Yeah. I've only seen it once, haven't I?
I guess they're playing up the angle as well of it being an independent film that did really well, like Retraction.
Yeah.
And Sean Baker just said that in his speech. He called it a truly independent film. I guess that's a dig at the independent films that get bought and get massive marketing budgets.
Yeah.
There we have it.
There we have it indeed.
Oh, literally, Conan just ended it. He's done. He said good night. Wow, there we go. That's the Oscars done for
That was a
another
smooth
year.
finish.
And Anora, quarter two. I was 1 minute over a prediction. Anora is the 2024. I always get the years mixed up. It's the 2025 Oscar winner, but it's the 2024 films.
2025 Oscars,
97th.
2024 films, yeah.
The 97th Academy Awards, which means we're 3 years away from the. That's going to be humongous when that 100th
The big
anniversary
one.
comes, isn't it?
The big one.
I don't even know how the fuck they're going to celebrate.
That's going to be a
it,
long
is it?
ceremony.
Christ almighty! They're coming out of
That's gonna be a
WrestleMania. It's
long
going to be 2
ceremony.
nights. No, WrestleMania. It'll be 2 nights.
It's going to be like that. Will be 5 hours long. That will be 5 hours long for sure.
Charlie's just texted me, "Welcome to Blockbuster season."
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. It's Blockbuster season. There's a review for Nora on the channel. I'm going to plug that now. There'll be a lot more film reviews. There'll be TV reviews, loads of other things. So everybody at home, thank you so much for watching. Let's talk about predictions this year. You got 17 out of 23. I got 16 out of 23. I just need to update that. Again, the format's much better. And as usual, we both pretty much, when we're guessing with
pretty
the
good
shorts,
all round. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Demi
again,
Moore, we could have gotten. Wow, that one's probably the biggest shock of the night, isn't it?
I think it is. And I don't think history will have it as a
Surely.
shock given
That one.
what else it won.
No.
I'm happy with that. Next year we get
I feel like
best
Flo
casting.
and
Is
the
going to
Wild
be a big
Robot
one.
is the only other one which really threw us. Yeah, best casting is going to be massive.
These two. As you said, what wins editing is going to win the Oscar, and that ended up being correct. But it's the sweeper 4, isn't it? But yeah, a fun night. Tate, thank you for your company as always. For people watching and commenting, thank you so much for doing so. For people that watched us across the entire award season, that checked out our predictions videos, that checked out our reviews, our discussions to other ceremonies, it's been a really fun award season to do. We obviously will be back next year with 2026. Before we know it, will be the festival season again. Like Blockbuster season is going to come and go, and then we're suddenly going to be back into the cycle as always. Will it be Wicked Part 2? Maybe. Who knows? It's too early to tell, but at least we know that that's it for this year. So I'm peacefully rounding out to get some sleep. I need to tidy this room up.
Yes,
Tate, any final words?
It's 5 o'clock in the morning here, and I'm glad we've done another Oscars. Very interesting winners across the board, but Anora is our crowning champion.
Absolutely. And that's it for today. Everybody at home, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.